say that my behavior's unacceptable, so condescending, unnecessarily critical. I have a tendency of getting very physical, so watch your step, cause if I do, you'll need a miracle. You train me dry, make me wonder why I'm even here. The double vision I was seeing is finally clear. You want to stay, but you know very well I want you gone. Not fit to fucking tread the ground that I'm walking on. When it gets cold outside and you've got nobody to love, you'll understand what I mean when I say there's nowhere we're gonna give up. Like a leader who cries in the face of a monster that lives in a dream. Yeah. Is there anyone out there? Cause it's getting harder and harder to breathe. And is there anyone out there? Cause it's getting harder and harder to breathe. What you were doing was screwing things up inside my head. You should know better, you never listen to what I said. Touching your pillow and writhing in the naked sweat, hoping somebody someday will do you like I did. When it gets cold outside and you've got nobody to love, you'll understand what I mean when I say there's nowhere we're gonna give up. Like a leader who cries in the face of a monster that lives in a dream. Yeah. Is there anyone out there? Cause it's getting harder and harder to breathe. And is there anyone out there? Cause it's getting harder and harder to breathe. Does it kill? Does it burn? Is it painful to learn that it's me who has all the control? Does it thrill? Does it sting when you feel what I bring and you wish that you had me to hold? When it gets cold outside and you've got nobody to love, you'll understand what I mean when I say there's nowhere we're gonna give up. Like a leader who cries in the face of a monster that lives in a dream. Yeah. Is there anyone out there? Cause it's getting harder and harder to breathe. And is there anyone out there? Cause it's getting harder and harder to breathe. Is there anyone out there? Cause it's getting harder and harder to breathe. And is there anyone out there? Cause it's getting harder and harder to breathe. it's in my head. So I'm shaking off the rust. I think I broke just a little bit. Walked through the fire, made it back again. Lord knows I've tried everything I can. But now I'm shaking off the rust.
Coming to you live from historic McBean Stadium in the heart of Lincoln, California. It's time for Potters Baseball. Potters Baseball brought to you by Stone's Broadcast Networks. And now let's send it up to the booth, to the legend, Mark the Phantom Lowe.
Well, good evening, everybody. Welcome to McBean Park in Lincoln, California for some PEL baseball. That's Pacific Empire League to you, sir. It's the Lincoln Potters hosting the West Coast Kings. The Potters 2-2 in league play. The Kings at 0-3. Potters dropped 2 out of 3 over the weekend to Humboldt, and they're back at it today with John Alkire on the mound, the right-hander who is 3-0 on the season, coming off a tremendous performance against the Mudcats last Wednesday, in which he went 5 innings, gave up just 3 hits, and struck out 9. John will face the lineup of the West Coast Kings. That will include Daniel Palasic, the center fielder, Coloma, and then Martinez. Corneo Farmer playing first base. The 5th hitter is Vince Vanderwall, the catcher. Peruta Morton, Rogan Bodie, and Tio Thompson rounds out the West Coast Kings lineup. Their pitcher is Matt Goebel, but we turn our attention back to the Potters, losing that game on Sunday, the rubber match against the Crabs, 14-5. Not much went well for the Potters in that game, as the Crabs scored 3 runs in the 3rd. They had a 2 spot in the 6th. They had 4 in the 7th. They had 4 in the 9th. So they piled the big innings on the Potters. And John Alkire, as we mentioned, who was great in his last starter, looked to pull the Potters out of this thing and put them over 500 in conference play. Alkire, 14 innings pitched. He's given up 9 hits, 21 strikeouts, 5 walks. He's allowed just 1 run, and his ERA is 0.84. And he is getting his warm-up tosses. It's a Tuesday out here. It is a Brews Day out here, $4 off Loomis Basin Brewing. It's also, I don't know what else it is. I know it's something else, but I forgot already. Oh, I do know that in the 4th inning, Relaxing with Riley will be on. So, I mean, those of you who wrote in about that Relaxing with Riley segment we did, was it last Tuesday or the Tuesday before, where he did the Sea of Thieves video game, which he just, all I know is a bunch of pirates floating around trying to find makeup for themselves. And that's all I care about. And I've, of course, do you buy games? Do you download games? How would I play Sea of Thieves? I can do both. I can download and buy. I think I've got 2 copies in, because that was such a great game. I love that game so much. Getting started here with our first hitter, it's Daniel Palasic. He is the center fielder. The Kings with 0-3 in Pacific Empire League, also just 0-3 on the season. As far as I could find out, I did some digging, didn't find much else. So that's what we're going to go on. That means Palasic is 2 for 5 on the season with an RBI. He is out of Loyola Marymount. Takes the first pitch. It's in there for a strike, and we are underway on a Tuesday night. Beautiful night for baseball out here. Crowd still filing in, and we talk about it all the time. They're moving around. Snow cones all over the place already tonight. 0-1 pitch is swung on and missed. The great Brock Raggets is right out in front of us. Pitching coach for Jessup University. I think he's playing Sea of Thieves on his phone. I think that's what he's doing. But anyway, he's here, and that's all that really matters. He probably didn't pay, though. 0-2. That's in the dirt for a ball, 1-2. But we got a good crowd out here on a Tuesday Brews Day. We've got Fat Cat down there already doing some Buffalo business. Saboris de Mexico. Which one are you getting today, Riley? You going to go pizza? What are you going to go, dog? You need to get a dog. You haven't had a dog in a while. Popped up right side. Coming in the right fielder, going out the second baseman. It'll be a right field call, Ethan Leow, and he'll make the catch for the first out. So Plastic flies out to right field, gives us a chance, Riley, to look at that defensive alignment. Ethan Leow, as we mentioned, in right. Brian Williams Jr. back in center. Tyler Russell in left. Ryan Lee, Zach Story in the lineup at shortstop. Tristan Russell, Ty McGraw, Adam Paniagua. Park Romney is at the plate. We had Keone Coloma in our lineup, but it's Park Romney at the plate. Out of Pacific. So Park Romney actually in the lineup instead of Keone Coloma. I know Willie is interested in the Romney family tree. Are you going to make him the dueling dogs batter? All of a sudden, no, he's not going to do that. He already has his guy picked out. Breaking pitch misses somewhere, and it is 1-1 strike. So Park Romney, we assume, taking over in right field. That's where Coloma was scheduled. Swing and a miss. 1-2. Romney 1 for 11 on the season. He's played in all 3 games. That just misses outside. A.J. Martinez on deck. He fouls it off to Park Romney. Stays alive at 2 balls and 2 strikes here in the top of the first inning. PEL action between the Potters and the West Coast Kings. One of those teams that's been around for a long time. Been playing the Potters for as long as the Potters have been back in Lincoln. Breaking ball, that might have hit him. It did. So Romney will go down to first. First base runner of the game, and that brings up A.J. Martinez. Martinez is the dueling dogs batter, the number 3 hitter. Willie is crazy. Well, he does that all the time now because he likes to do it early. A.J. is out of Cuesta College. He's 2 for 9 on the season so far. And he's up here with a runner at first and 1 out, and already the dueling dogs pressure is on him. Breaking ball from Alkire is in there for a strike. 0-1. That's 1/3 of the way to half off dueling dogs. That's a good way to start the day, although we have a lot of people have already started the day, so they should have waited. Of course, they didn't know Willie was going to put the number 3 hitter up here in this kind of pressure. Fastball misses. It's 1-1. 91 from John Alkire as he misses high and outside on that effort. Willie Corneo Farmer on deck, the first baseman. Misses outside, so it's 2-1. I much prefer your dog soundtrack, Willie, to when you try to do your dog impersonations. That's not spot on. I think Stone's is better than that, and that's going somewhere. The great Stones McCoy actually in this press box today. Not now. Don't worry. You can't come down and see him. He's already gone. There goes the runner. Pitch is swung on and fouled at the plate, so it'll go behind the catcher, Paniagua. Back to the screen, and returning to first base is Park Romney. Good to see Stones out here. He'll be out here tomorrow, showing off his broadcasting skills, such as they are. 2-2 coming up to Martinez. Outside and low, 3-2. Alkire out of Folsom, California, Texas State University. Potters have had some trouble the last series against the Crabs. They really had some shaky starts. O'Haron went 3 1/3, gave up 3 hits. Uri gave up 4 hits and 2 runs in 2 innings. And Vassar also, that one's hit down the right field line, giving Trace's Liao. He is in foul territory, and he makes the catch. Gets the ball back in, so it's not a strikeout, but it is a big out on the 3-2 pitch. Martinez flies to right. 2 outs, 1 on, and Willie Corneo Farmer will be the hitter. Willie out of Loyola Marymount. Farmer is 2 for 5 on the season so far, and he hits that ball into left center field, and that is down for a base hit. And did it bounce over? It bounced over there for a double, which is good for the Potters because Romney would have scored easily, but he'll have to go back to third. And as one of the fans very helpfully tells him, you got to go back to third. So Farmer delivers a double, first hit of the game for the Kings. That'll bring up Vince Vanderwall, who is the catcher. Vince is out of Cal Poly San Luis Obispo. Left-handed hitter. 1 for 4 so far on the season is Vince. Check swing, and that's in there for a strike. Swing and a miss, 0-2 quickly. To Vanderwall. And that is just outside, 1-2. Second and third, 2 outs here in the top of the first. Romney was hit by a pitch, a ground rule double for Willie Farmer. Breaking ball, call strike 3. Alcar strikes his way out of trouble in the top of the first. We go to the bottom of the first. Kings nothing, Potters coming to bat.
If you're in need of a seasoned DUI attorney, contact the law office of Samuel D. Burns Incorporated. We are familiar with the laws surrounding your case, and we will work diligently to minimize the negative impact following a DUI charge. With a proven track record, Sam Burns works on your behalf to provide a positive outcome. He's been able to save his clients' driver's licenses and negotiate more favorable terms. Visit our website.
So many local businesses trust Wizix Technology Group when it comes to their office technology. Wizix is a full-service, locally owned company with exceptional service, supplies, and support, which guarantees quick delivery and response times. Copiers, printers, scanners, business phone systems, EV charging, document management, and more. Join the ever-growing list of local businesses and win with Wizix, the largest independent provider in the Valley. Wizix, office technology made easy.
Lincoln provides all the charm of a small town, yet still provides access to excellent local medical care. At Lincoln Urgent Care, you can find expert services and a compassionate staff available 7 days a week. Our friendly front desk staff will welcome you when you come into our brand new facility. Your wait time will be minimal at our walk-in clinic, unlike the emergency room. From broken bones and lacerations to allergies, flu shots, and illnesses, we treat a variety of urgent medical conditions. What sets us apart is not just our central location in Lincoln, but the convenience of our extended hours, including weekends. We've become Lincoln's first choice for urgent care because we treat patients of all ages for a variety of conditions and take most insurances. We're proud to be an approved provider for veterans and welcome in our military patients.
From our family to yours, we're here when you need us.
Welcome back to McBean Stadium. Mark the Phantom Low along with Riley the Engineer. Bottom of the first inning, it'll be the Lincoln Potters coming up to the plate with Ethan Liao, Adam Peniagua, and Ty McGraw. Matthew Goebel is the pitcher for the Kings. He is out of Lodi High School, and then he went to UCLA for a year and is back at Delta College right now. And after this pitch, Riley, we will show the batting order for your Lincoln Potters as Ethan Liao fouls one off, and Ethan will start it off. Peniagua batting second, McGraw hitting third, Russell back in the cleanup spot, Brian Williams Jr. down at 5, then Hanson, Lee, Russell, and Story rounding out the lineup for your Lincoln Potters. Of course, John Alkire on the mound. So here's Liao at 320. Takes a high fastball inside. 1 strike. Ethan out of Dublin, California, has a home run and has driven in 13 runs, scored 16. Been leading off for the past couple of days for skipper Eli Garcia, and he takes outside and high. 2-1. Peniagua and then McGraw to follow. We are in the bottom of the first. The Kings threatened in the top of the inning, but a strikeout from Alkire negated that threat. Liao takes outside. 3-1. None of these balls have been particularly close, as it is a 3-ball, 1-strike count on the right fielder out of Gardner-Webb University. Swing and a miss at a fastball at 91, right down the pipe. Runs the count full at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Swing and a miss. Goebel gets the strikeout, comes from 3-1 down. And we'll take a look defensively now at the West Coast Kings. Theo Thompson in left, Polasic in center. Coloma, who was replaced, so it's I think that's Park Romney now. They snuck that guy in on us. A.J. Martinez, Rogan Bodie, Kevin Peruta, and Willie Corneo. Farmer around the infield, Vince Vanderwall behind the plate, and Matt Goebel on the mound. Thank you, Riley. And here is Adam Peniagua. Ball 1. Not a particularly tough take at the plate for Peniagua. He went about 58 feet. Ty McGraw on deck. Potters 2-2 in PEL play. Beat Solano on the road last week, then went 1-2 against Humboldt, and that's ball 2. Kings trying to get their first win. They have gone 0-3 so far. A couple more games in the PEL today. Medford is hosting Healdsburg. 3-0. Humboldt is at home. They're going to take on the Chico Lone Wolves in non-conference play. It says Chico Lone in my little score box here, and I want to say Lone Rangers. Can we call them the Chico Lone Rangers? I like it. I like it better than Lone Wolves. I'm saying. Look out. Peniagua takes 4 pitches, not particularly close. He'll go down to first base for the first base runner for the Potters and bring up Ty McGraw. Probably, along with the next batter, the breakout hitters of the season so far. Well, actually, the next 2, because Brian Williams has been excellent as well. But Ty at .457. 2 home runs, 26 RBIs, 26 runs scored. A 2020 guy. All 3 of them are 2020 guys. No, actually, Brian's only he's a 1030 guy. Yeah, we'll explain later. Anyway, McGraw out of Gardendale, Alabama, comes up here with Peniagua at first and 1 down in the first. Left-hander against Matt Goebel, who is listed at 6'5" and is all of it as he misses outside. Want to know on Ty? That's outside, bounces away, but Vanderwall picks it up. Sails high and outside for ball 3. 3-0 to tie. Swings at that one, grounds it out to second base, flipped over to short for one. Back to first. That's a double play. So the 4-6-3 double play ends the first inning. We go to the second with the Kings nothing and the Potters nothing.
Hi, Bill Evans, President of the Placer County Association of Realtors. We're in the store, our conference facilities, an amazing team that helps keep together an amazing organization. And we thank them all.
This organization can't do what it does and can't run the way it runs without the help of so many members volunteering their time.
The success of the Placer County Association of Realtors is largely dependent on our active volunteer members to help our organization and industry. The work of our committees greatly impacts our ability to champion efforts across the board and giving back to the Placer County community wherever we can.
Like all service organizations, I wanted to serve. And getting involved with the affiliate committee was the perfect way to do that.
I love being able to serve my community with my business friends and other leaders and give back to those who are in need.
The thing I love about the PCAR committees is they all work toward the same goal of bringing the community together to support those in need in our surrounding area.
I instantly came to the meeting and had a wonderful time, felt like I was a part of something bigger, and it was just the start of my leadership journey.
Gooseport Public House. We have sports on 10 big screen TVs, 23 beer taps with classics and crafts, a full bar with creative craft mixed drinks, live music, and most importantly, great fresh food. In downtown Roseville off Vernon Street, only 15 minutes from the ballpark. See ya at Gooseport.
Top of inning number 2, it will be Kevin Peruta, Noah Morton, and Rogan Bodie for the West Coast Kings, who had runners at second and third in the first. Couldn't get him around as a strikeout of Vince Vanderwall ended the inning. And here is Kevin Peruta. He comes to us from Marin Community College. 1 for 5 on the season so far and takes outside. That one is a little bit inside, so it's 2-0. So 2-0 on Peruta to start off the top of the second. Swings and misses at that fastball from Alkire at 90 miles an hour. It's 2 balls and 1 strike. Fouls off to the right side. Two and 2 now on the leadoff man here in the second inning. First of 2 against the West Coast Kings in this run go around. Tomorrow night, same place, same time, 6:35. Lifted into right field. Coming on quickly is Ethan Liao, and he will get there and make the catch. So closed the ground very quickly did Mr. Liao in right field, and he takes that one out of the air. Fruta is retired, and Noah Morton will come to the plate, the designated hitter. Just one official at bat on the season, so Noah is 0 for 1 so far. Takes in there for a strike. 0-1 to Noah Morton out of Chabot College. Takes low, evens it up. Oh, there's a guy carrying a football. That's good. Probably some good area down the grassy knoll to play a little football, a little 2-on-2, a little 4-on-4. Anything more than that, you're getting in the way of everybody. But we encourage all kinds of sporting events out here. Swinging a miss by Noah Morton, 1-2. Volleyball could get a little bit crowded, take up a little bit too much space, unless you play the kind that Riley plays and find out in the 4th inning, Relaxing with Riley is back. And it may be even better than the Sea of Thieves video game. I don't know. We'll see. Morton's down on strikes. The second strikeout for John Alkire, the second out here in the 2nd inning. And Rogan Bodie, who we saw earlier in the season as the shortstop for the Pleasanton Jacks, he is back. He is 1 for 5 for the West Coast Kings. I think Rogan might be out of Folsom Lake College. Pops that one up. It is the shortstop. His name is Zach Story, and he makes the catch. So good inning for Alkire, 1-2-3. We go to the bottom of the 2nd. Kings nothing, Potters nothing.
This job is the Esplanade at Turkey Creek phases 4 and 5. Our scope of work for this project is full scope, so we've got all the underground, all the joint trench, and all the topside included with it.
We're putting in sewer pipe, manholes. We're not doing services yet. We go through and do all the main line, and then we come back and do all the services after that. I would say this project right here, the one we're working on, is probably about a 2-month project. It's very costly to the developer, so beating the schedule is very important, more important than most projects. It's got a lot of groundwater, so we've got an extensive groundwater pump system in place. It's just cool to be a part of the built environment and know that for the next 100 years that people are going to use and enjoy what we've created here today.
Fresh off another disappointing performance by Piper in the 2nd inning, middle of the 2nd inning race, which he took out some sort of horse, like he was riding like one of those stick horses or something, but then he forgot how to do it or something. He looked confused, like the horse was smarter than he was. It didn't look good anyway. Congratulations to the winner. And now the winner, I did not realize this, gets a T-shirt to, what's the place? I forgot it, Cattleman's. And you go in there with your T-shirt on, you get a free meal. That's crazy. You should get in that race. You could put a dent in some Cattleman's, my friend. Oh, I could see you doing that. Bottom of inning number 2, no score as of yet. Tristan Russell, Brian Williams Jr., and Jason Hansen, the first 3 hitters for the Potters. Matt Goebel still out on the mound for the Kings. He has pitched, didn't see this, he did start a game earlier in the season, went 1 inning, gave up 1 run. Walked 2, did not strike anybody out. He did strike out 1 in the 1st inning and then walked 1 and then got a double play. So it's Tristan Russell out of Cypress, Texas, batting at a very respectable .393 clip, Tristan Russell. 3 home runs and 29 runs batted in. That one is a little outside. And 20 runs scored for Tristan Russell. So far, it has been feast or famine for Mr. Matt Goebel. It's either over the plate or very, very far away. You got And again, he only pitched one inning his first outing. You know, when the last time he pitched out of Delta College, season's been over for a while. So still trying to find it as we have activity in the Kings bullpen. So maybe slated for one inning last time, 2 innings this time, something like that. 2-0 is now 3-0. Fastball at 94 that time. Brought it up with a lot of speed and just missed that outside corner. And that's ball 4. Second walk given up by Goebel, and Russell will go down to first base and bring up Brian Williams Jr. Potter, center fielder out of Midwest City, Oklahoma, has a home run. He's driven in 10 runs. He has scored 31 runs. And a lot of that is on the basis of, let's see what its number is now. 20 stolen bases. That's in the dirt, gets away, and going to second base on the wild pitch will be Russell. So Tristan is at second to open up the bottom of the second, and Williams, who's followed by Hanson and then Ryan Lee. Maybe Kai Lorenzo warming up in the pen for the West Coast Kings. The 2-0 pitch is bounced back to the screen. Make that the 1-0 pitch. Now it's 2-0. And Russell is over at third. Vanderwall trying to corral those pitches, and that hasn't been easy. And now he's got Russell 90 feet away for the first run of the ball game. 2-0 coming up to Brian Williams. High fastball, but it's in there for a strike. 2-1. Right at the top of the zone, gets the call right there. 2-1. Check swing, and it's called strike 2. Williams asking if he swung, and the umpire, I believe, saying no. But either way, it's a 2-ball, 2-strike count on Brian. Swings and misses at the high fastball at 91. And the second strikeout of the game for Matt Goebel. And with Russell still down at third base, that'll bring up Jason Hanson. Out of Roseville, California, and UC Davis, it's Jason Hanson. Jason, the DH today for Lincoln. Wearing number 24. Potters with the orange jerseys, white pants, black socks. West Coast Kings in their traditional yellow, brownish, blackish kind of color scheme. Very striking. Fastball from Goebel, high and tight. 1-0 on Hanson. Ryan Lee will follow Jason. Takes high again, 2-0. 2 strikeouts and 2 walks for Matt Goebel so far. He's bringing up there anywhere between 91 and 94. That's high and inside again, so it's 3-0 on Jason Hanson. And that's outside. Gets away. Here comes Russell. The tag is not applied. He slides across head first. A walk and 3 wild pitches, and the Potters have a run up on the board. Hanson with the base on balls goes down to first base. That's Jason's 13th walk of the season. And he also has been hit by a pitch. So 14 free passes for Jason Hansen. Here's Ryan Lee. Ryan out of Sunnyvale, California, and UC Davis will step up here. Spencer's burrito didn't get a burrito. Spencer didn't get a burrito. Well, Spencer doesn't get a burrito. He loses points in the intern rankings. Spencer's burrito, hence the name. That one bounces right back to Vanderwall, but going to second base is Hansen. Lee at 250 on the year. He has a home run. He got that in the Humboldt series, a 2-run blast in the Friday night game, which the Potters eventually lost in 11 innings. Fastball is in there for a strike. 92 from Goebel. 1 ball and 1 strike. Peruta at second base, keeping close there, so Hansen can't get too big of a jump. That gets away, and there goes Hansen over to third. So right there, the second run of the inning, 90 feet away for Ryan Lee. 2 balls and 1 strike on the Potters' third baseman, Ty Russell, in the on-deck circle, batting in the number 8 spot tonight for Eli Garcia. That is outside. And that is ball 4. Third walk of the inning, 4th walk by Goebel. Puts runners at first and third, still just 1 out, and now Ty Russell coming up. Ty out of Queen Creek, Arizona. Going to try to improve that RBI total of 5, but he'll have to wait because there's a meeting at the mound. So these two teams meeting again tomorrow, 6:35. Then the Potters are on the road. They take on the Humboldt Crabs over the weekend up in Humboldt. You can go there. Willie's going to it. So, I mean, you know, it's possible. Next week on Tuesday, I believe, that'll be July 1st. It is the Tigers coming to town for a 6:35 Tuesday night affair. And then, of course, the 4th of July, I believe our 4th of July opponent this year is the West Coast Kings again. So we'll be seeing the Kings 3 times in a couple of weeks here. Stepping in, it is Ty Russell.
And now batting for your Lincoln Potters, left fielder from the University of Arizona, Tyler Russell.
Let's see what Ryan Lee is doing over at first base. Breaking ball, caught the inside corner. That's a nice looking pitch right there. 0-1. Zach Story on deck, batting in the number 9 spot for Lincoln tonight. It's in a nice try to block it, and Vanderwall got enough of it that he kept the runner at third, but going to second is Ryan Lee. Vince Vanderwall really threw himself in front of that one and blunted it enough so it didn't go too far away. And really, Jason Hansen, who's a daring sort of fellow, couldn't take the chance. 1 ball, 1 strike. 1 ball, 2 balls, 1 strike. That last one at 92 from Goebel. That goes back to the backstep, comes right back to Vanderwall. Looks like Spencer's trying to work his way back up the intern rankings, Riley. Looks like the Old Town Pizza delivery truck is coming, my friend. Inside, that is ball 4. So bases are loaded full of Potters, and Zach Story, the shortstop, the number 9 hitter, out of UC Davis. And before that, from Orland, California, will come up. He has an RBI and 4 runs scored on the season. Not that many at-bats for Zach so far in the year. He takes a fastball inside, 1-0. Potters have scored once. We've got 4 walks and 5 wild pitches in the inning. Two and 0. We had, I believe that was Kai Lorenzo out of William Jessup heating up in the pen earlier. Ethan Liao is the leadoff man. He's on deck. Threw the breaking ball again, but missed it inside. So we'll go 3 balls and no strikes to Zach Story. Right down the middle. All right, a little bit in the outside corner, but okay. Give it to you. 3-1. Very good looking pitch right there. Story delivers outside. That is ball 4. And that will force in Jason Hansen. Story will pick up a RBI there. 2 runs in for the Potters, and we're going to get a pitching change for the West Coast Kings. We'll take a break right here in the bottom of the second. Potters on top 2-0.
I'm Bill Spear, North Valley president of 5 Star Bank. In a time when business can feel so uncertain, we're here for you every step of the way.
I know they have a lot of bells and whistles within their bank, but just the relationship piece here locally on the business side is huge for us.
5 Star treats us like we're number 1. They're right there with suggestions, with help. So I have to bank with people that have our mission in mind.
We're 5 Star Bank. How can we help you?
New pitcher is number 29, Kai Lorenzo. He's making his 3rd appearance, 2 2/3 innings, 4 hits, no earned runs with 3 strikeouts and no walks. He is out of William Jessup University, and he will face Ethan Liao with the bases loaded and 1 out. His off-speed pitch is a little outside, 1-0. Goebel 1 1/3 innings, no hits, 2 runs, and he's responsible for the 3 runners on base, 6 walks, and 2 strikeouts. Misses with the fastball. Two and 0. Popped up. Catcher's calling for it. That's Vanderwall. And he makes a tremendous catch. What a catch. He had to walk around on that one all the way around the backstop, and he made the catch for the second out. That'll bring up Paniagua. So Vince Vanderwall, who's been throwing himself in front of the ball most of the inning, comes up with a very good catch to retire Leo, and a big out for the West Coast Kings. And it'll bring up Adam Paniagua, who was walked in his only appearance. Adam at 387 on the season. Takes a fastball, and it's a ball, 1-0. 1 home run, 6 runs batted in, 3 runs scored. For the catcher out of Phoenix, Arizona, and Regis University this past season. Division II in Denver, Colorado. Hit high and deep to left field. Going back, looking up, and forget about that one. It's his second of the season. Adam Paniagua, a grand slam home run, and you can't ignore a grand slam. First hit of the game for the Potters is a massive one. Paniagua with his second grand slam of the season. His first one was back on the 3rd of June. I think it was his first game. And he's pushed the score up, and the Potters now lead it 6-0. And that'll bring up Ty McGraw, 9th batter of the inning. McGraw takes a strike on the inside corner, 0-1. Ty grounded to a double play his first time up. He is 0 for 1, hitting .457. It's one sharply to left to shortstop. Diving try, but can't make the play. Bodie. It's a base hit for Ty McGraw. So Potters bat around here in the second inning. McGraw gets his first hit. That one is, whoa, that's the farthest home run of the season. 395. 101. I know it was a grand slam, Lucas. 101 miles an hour off the bat, and also was kind of a majestic shot, too. And now, don't show that to me again, Riley, your famous saying, which I wanted to have somebody make a, like one of those things you hang in your kitchen there. It says, you can't ignore a grand slam. That's his second one, so I guess you can't ignore Adam either. So here's Tristan Russell, who got a walk to start the inning and scored a run. Lifts that one down the left field line. Chasing at the third baseman, but left fielder never moved. I don't know if he ever saw it. Thompson out there and left. So 395 for Paniagua. That surpasses Ty McGraw's 385. And Tristan Russell is 380. And it drove in 4 runs, so it's a pretty big hit. High fastball. Makes it 2 balls and 1 strike. Potters with 6 runs on 2 hits here in the second inning. Lorenzo's off-speed pitch misses outside, so it goes to 3-1. Seems like most people have got their grits and their drinks, and now they're settling in a really nice crowd on a Tuesday night. $2 general admission today. Swing and a miss by Russell. Runs the count full at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Good crowd out there in the VIP section as well, enjoying themselves down the right field line. It's a good place, too, because it's not that far from the Brick and Barrel backyard, which is where they serve up the suds, or one of the places. We have more, not just one place. Swing and a miss, a high inside fastball. So the Potters score 6 times in the inning. We'll go to the third. They lead it 6-0.
American River College is a top-tier community college sports program that provides student athletes with the opportunity to thrive both athletically and academically. ARC Athletics is currently ranked 5th in the state and 2nd in Northern California. With over 19 sports programs, our athletes compete with the region's best athletes. Our diverse and dedicated coaching staff helps athletes develop the skills necessary to compete at the next level. Start your community college athletics journey with us. American River College, Sacramento's best athletic program. Go Beavers.
Top of inning number 3, Potters on top 6-0. T.O. Thompson will start us off for the West Coast Kings. Score from up at Medford. The Bruin Packers put up 4 in the first and 2 in the second so far. They lead at 6-0 over the Medford Rogues. As Alcar's first pitch to Thompson is a ball. T.O. is 0 for 2 so far this season. Lifts that one out foul. He's out of Alone College down in the Bay Area. And his count is 1 ball and 1 strike. He's followed by Daniel Plasek and Park Romney. The top of the order as the fastball from Alcar is a little bit outside. Alcar 1 hit so far allowed. He's also hit a batter. He struck out 1. He struck out 2, actually. His breaking ball bends around the plate, which is not the way you want to do it. 3-1. Alcar 3-0 on the summer already. That's one right back up the middle into center field, a base hit. So Thompson leads off the third with a solid single up the middle. Second hit for the West Coast Kings. Then it'll bring up Daniel Plasek, who flied to right his first time up. Out of Los Medanos College. Willie says Polasek. I say Polasek. I'm going to go with Willie on that one. Polasek. I like it. Good lead by Thompson. Now you like Polasek and I like Polasek. Now we got to agree. We got to agree. Oh, you're going to switch? Okay. Yeah.
I'll switch next time up.
Okay, so will I then. I'll just call him DP. Well, I would say probably one of them's right, but you just never know in this pronunciation business. What are you enjoying over there? Oh, those look nice. Oh, that's right, the Rice Krispie treats we got up here. Yep, the Rice Krispie treat guy brought them. There goes the runner. The throw to second is handled, and he is safe at second base. Panago's throw went into the runner. Russell covering, tried to put the tag on Thompson, and Tia was in there with a stolen base. One ball, one strike is our count, according to the umpire, and I'm going to take his word for it. Polasek flied to right the last time up. Pops that one out, foul. It's like every game is an advertisement for a new scoreboard, just by the old scoreboard going out all the time. If you don't know that we need a new scoreboard, come and watch a game. And Willie has to announce scoreboard stuff all the time so people know what's going on. You got to do it, though, Willie. That's, you got to take that job. You got so many jobs anyway. That's golf down the left field line, a foul ball out of the reach of third baseman Ryan Lee. So it'll come back and do it again. Polasek up here, 0 for 1 so far. He is 2 for 6 on the season. Fouls that one off. Comes in on the hands. Alkire at 92 miles an hour. Polasek says, I'm going to do enough to get me another pitch, and that's exactly what he did. We are in the top of the third inning from McBean Stadium. Nice Tuesday night crowd. $2 general admission tonight. Still time to come on by. You can still watch like 7 innings. Lifted out toward right field again. Liao coming in, makes the play. And the throw is one hop to third base. Thompson holds his ground at second, and with 1 out, that'll bring up Park Romney. Romney was hit by a pitch the first time up after he surprised us all by coming in the starting lineup. Keone Coloma was scheduled as the starter on our lineup card, and Park Romney just showed up in his spot. And he is 0 for 0 officially with that hit by pitch. One for 11 on the season before that hit by pitch. Thompson dancing around at second base. Romney swings and misses at a fastball from Alkire at 91. A.J. Martinez, number 3 hitter, on deck. Thompson opened up with the second hit of the game for the West Coast Kings, stole second, and stayed there while Polasek flied to right, and there's a lifted to right side by Park Romney, but it's out of play. Over by the brick and barrel. You don't want to go over there, Park. I don't know if I was a Romney man or not. I don't remember that far ago. Huh. He lifts that one into right field. It's going to be in front of Liao. Picked up actually by McGraw. Thompson went around third and took a tumble. Hopefully he's okay. That's a great play by Jason Hansen to follow that one out there. Liao couldn't even get to it. And it's a single for Romney. He dropped it in perfectly. Hansen is the one who went out. You don't usually see a base hit to right field and the first baseman runs it down. He was expecting Thompson to go for the plate, and so was Thompson, I think, but he fell coming around third. And with first and third and just 1 out, here's your dueling dog batter, Mr. A.J. Martinez. He's out of Cuesta College. And he is up here with a chance to do some damage to the Potters and the Potter fans, as the fans want him to strike out so they get half off dueling dogs. Alkire's fastball is high, 1-0. Stones McCoy sitting at home right now going, shut down inning. You scored 6 in the bottom of the second. Let's shut him down in the top of the third. I pretend like it's a dumb idea, but it's really not. That one's 2-0 now on A.J. Martinez. Willie Corneo Farmer, who's smashed a double into left center his first time up, is the on-deck hitter. There goes Romney. The ball gets through the catcher. Thompson stops at third base. Again, Tio took a look and said, no, I'm going to play it safe. It's 3-0 on the batter. Now second and third here for the West Coast Kings. WCK, as we call them in the business. Got the dogs barking, but we got a 3-0 count, Will, so we're going to have to do an uphill battle to get a strikeout this time. Looks like there might be some milling around in the Potters bullpen. Nobody up and throwing just yet. Alkire's next pitch is right down there. So it's 3-1. Potters playing back, not except for Ryan Lee is about even with the bag at third. Fastball on the inside corner. Perfect pitch. 3-2. Right on the corner. Pops it foul, out of play. I was just writing down the date for today's game, and I noticed that my son's birthday is tomorrow. So, happy birthday, son. I obviously forgot to get you anything. I could probably remedy that, though. The old Amazon. He need not know. That is call strike 3. He does climb the mountain and gets half off dueling dogs for the fans. Third strikeout for John Alkire. And it brings up Willie Cornell Farmer. He is out of Loyola Marymount, and he is 1 for 1 with a smashing double to left center field his first time up. 3 for 6 on the season. Outside and low. 1-0. Vince Vander Waal on deck. Alkire out of Folsom, California. Harmer lifts that one down the right field line. That should be out of play. Foul. And that's exactly what it is. Lands on top of the VIP area out there. It's got a tarp on it. Don't worry about it. We don't want the VIPs getting foul balls on their heads, do we? Probably Stones built that tarp or laid that tarp or whatever you do to tarp. 1 ball, 1 strike. Hit sharply out to shortstop. Story with a scoop, the throw, and he got him. Good inning. Good job by John Alkire to come with 2 guys on and only 1 out. He gets out of here with no run score. We go to the bottom of the third. Potter's still on top, 6-0.
Astro Air Design Incorporated, where you feel the difference. We are a locally owned and operated heating, air conditioning, and custom sheet metal company committed to the highest quality of craftsmanship at a competitive price. Our trained and certified technicians have the knowledge and experience required to install, maintain, or repair your home comfort solutions. Our upfront pricing gives you the peace of mind because you know your price is locked in. Call Astro Air Design Incorporated today.
Here in Michigan, we do more than just survive the winter. We thrive during it. You simply can't keep us away from what we love most: great times and amazing beer. The snow transforms the landscape and lays the path for adventures yet to be had. Trails ready to be explored, and freshly groomed hills ready for the first run of the day. And later, as the sun descends, it's time to unwind with great conversation and even better friends. Experience a taste of Michigan winter with Founders Brewing Company, born and brewed in Michigan.
Being a laborer means everything. It was what took care of me when I was growing up. It's what takes care of me now. Because of President Biden and the money he's put into infrastructure, the need for our workforce to expand is out of this world. When our members are able to go to work on these big projects that are funded by Biden's economic investments, it means continued growth in their wages, in their pensions, in their health benefits. It means they're going to be able to take care of their families.
Welcome back. Bottom of the third, McBean Stadium. Mark the Phantom Low, Riley the engineer, Willie Preston. Who else we got here? Cameron. No, Carson. His name Carson or Cameron? His girlfriend's here. Her name's Catherine, I think. Is that Catherine? Yeah. Hi, Catherine. Say hi to the people. We didn't have a camera on her. I fooled her there. And, of course, my man Luke Statwalker's over there, I think, isn't he? Yeah, there he is. Okay, good. Brian Williams is the batter. Kyle Lorenzo is still the pitcher. Came on in the second inning to relieve Matt Goebel. And he delivers outside to Brian Williams, who struck out his first time up out of Dallas Baptist University. Inside from Lorenzo out of William Jessup University. 3 balls and no strikes on Brian Williams, who has 20 stolen bases on the season. And he takes ball 4. That'll bring up Jason Hansen. Got a walk, scored a run back in the first inning. His 13th walk, his 16th run scored out of Roseville, California, and UC Davis. Jason comes in at 278. Been used as a pinch hitter a couple of times already this summer. Throw over to first base and back underneath the tag is Brian Williams Jr. as Ryan Lee looks on from the on-deck circle. Williams is going. There's the throw to second base on a bounce, not in time. Yes, he calls him out. I don't think he was out. It didn't look to the naked eye like he was out. It looked like he was in there and the ball was put on his back, but he is out at second base, so give credit to Vanderwall for the throw. I'm getting worse at these, throwing down to second. That's the second time in the last 3 games that it's like, that it's just seemed very obvious that he was safe. Hansen takes a ball. Is that even the count up at 1 ball and 1 strike to Jason? So in 1 out now here in the top of, or bottom of inning number 3. Good looking fastball, just misses. 2-1 on Jason Hansen. Off-speed pitch catches the outside corner. I look down there, and they're in the front rows. My guy Jim Russell again with wife Karen. They're on my trivia team on Tuesday nights, and they're here at the game. I don't fault them for the choice, but it really hurts our team if they're not there. I wonder how we're doing. Maybe I'll check in. Head out into center field. Hosky moves over and makes the catch for the out. I forgot what we called him, Willie. I didn't call him anything. Polasek. My apologies, Mr. Polasek, on that one. That was on me. 2 outs. Ryan Lee, the hitter. So the throw out there, catching of Ryan Williams trying to steal, kind of put a damper on the inning for Potters fans, as Ryan Lee, who walked his first time, takes a strike. And that one is outside. So Thompson, Polasek, and Romney in the outfield for the Kings. Martinez, Bodie, Fruta, and Farmer on the infield. Breaking ball, catches the strike zone. 1-2, and Vanderwall behind the plate. And now Lorenzo on the mound. Lee takes outside. Evens it up at 2-2. Jordan Georgeson, the award-winning journalist and photojournalist, walking around with his camera. Hit into left center field and hit well. Plastic moving over. A diving try. Did he make the play? No, he didn't. Lee's going for 2, and he will get in there standing up. Polasek really trying to go over all the way from right center all the way into left center. Made the diving, actually sliding try. Couldn't make the play. Lee with the third hit for the Potters, and it brings up Ty Russell. So Ryan has a walk and a double now. That one is a little bit too high. One 1-0 on Ty. Walked and scored in the second. Outside. Zach Story to follow. Misses with the breaking ball. 3-0 now on Ty Russell. Potters back in action tomorrow night against these West Coast Kings. Riley is all excited because it's a Wiener Wine Wednesday. And we had one of those this season, fabulous success. And Riley is very excited about the second episode of Wine and Wiener Wednesday, right? Not Wiener Wine. Wine and Wiener Wednesday. Here's Zach Story with runners at first and second and 2 outs in the third. All right, you haven't had a dog in a while. You've been doing Pete. You got to have a dog tomorrow because it's Wine and Wiener Wednesday. Yeah. And what are you going to pair with that, Wiener? A Riesling? A little dry, a dry white perhaps? Maybe a red. Get one of those meaty hot dogs, you might need a red wine, a full-bodied red. Like a Cabernet or something. You might want to think about that before you come to the park tomorrow. Put some thought into what you're going to do for once, okay? You'll ask your mom. That's great. Okay, great. Mom, what wine goes with brats? That's a good idea. I would say do that. I bet she knows, too. Hey, she's been around, all right? You know, come on. She's been to a few hot dog stands, if you know what I mean. I have no idea what I'm talking about. That one is down low. 1-1 to Zach Story, who walked in the second, got an RBI for it, his second of the season, later scored his 5th run of the season on a grand slam by Mr. Adam Peniagua. Nice looking curveball is in there for a strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Zach Story out of Orland, California. You know where Orland is, Riley? Orland. Do you know where Orland is? Man, I think I do. Fouls that one back to the screen. It's north. I'll say that much. Not Oregon. I was going to ask you, do you know where Oregon is? I'm glad to hear that. If I showed you a map, would you be able to find Oregon? Would you be able to find Arkansas? Wow. Lifted by Story to left field. Thompson calling for it and makes the catch. Potters get a couple of runners, but no runs. We go to the 4th. Potters lead this one 6-0.
Lincoln provides all the charm of a small town, yet still provides access to excellent local medical care. At Lincoln Urgent Care, you can find expert services and a compassionate staff available 7 days a week. Our friendly front desk staff will welcome you when you come into our brand new facility. Your wait time will be minimal at our walk-in clinic, unlike the emergency room. From broken bones and lacerations to allergies, flu shots, and illnesses, we treat a variety of urgent medical conditions. What sets us apart is not just our central location in Lincoln, but the convenience of our extended hours, including weekends. We've become Lincoln's first choice for urgent care because we treat patients of all ages for a variety of conditions and take most insurances. We're proud to be an approved provider for veterans and welcome in our military patients.
From our family to yours, we're here when you need us.
If you're in need of a seasoned DUI attorney, contact the law office of Samuel D. Burns Incorporated. We are familiar with the laws surrounding your case, and we will work diligently to minimize the negative impact following a DUI charge. With a proven track record, Sam Burns works on your behalf to provide a positive outcome. He's been able to save his clients' driver's licenses and negotiate more favorable terms. Visit our website.
So many local businesses trust Wizix Technology Group when...
Wait a minute, Riley. Got to move up Spencer. See, like my name. Vince Vanderwall, the batter. I was going to do it earlier. I got to do it now. After all, he's Vince Vanderwall. And Willie played the song, and that you go. Because Liam and Noel, or Noel, whatever his name is, they're touring, so I thought we'd get it in there. Vanderwall, Peruta, and Morton here in the fourth inning for the Kings, who trail this one 6-0. Vanderwall took a call, third strike, his first time up. Swings and misses at that fastball. Good fastball by Alkire at 89. Little stretching in the Potter's pen. And Vanderwall hits a line drive into center field for a base hit. After all, he is Vince Vanderwall. And he is now 1 for 2 on the day. That is hit number 4 off of John Alkire and brings up Kevin Peruta, who flied to right field his first time up. Behind the fastball on that first pitch, he really squared that one up, did Vanderwall. He is down at first base with nobody out, and here is Peruta. Takes a high fastball inside. Peruta out of Marin College. Vanderwall came to us from Cal Poly San Luis Obispo, SLO. Noah Morton to follow. Fastball misses outside. 2-0 to Peruta. 1 for 6 on the season so far. Again, the Kings have only played 3 games on the year. They are 0-3. I believe at least one of those was against Healdsburg. Brunebackers were on top of Medford last I checked. Swing and a miss on a pitch that was out of the strike zone. Let's do a little bit of drop in on that game and see what the score is. And it is still 6-0. We're in the bottom of the third in Medford. Aiken ball swung on a miss. 2-2. Peruta lifts it on the right side, out of play. Humboldt is hosting the Chico Lone Wolves, or as I call them, the Chico Lone Rangers, and that game is scoreless in the bottom of the third in Humboldt. Peruta swings and misses. Alkire gets the strikeout. That is the 4th strikeout for John Alkire. That'll bring up Noah Morton, who struck out his first time. The DH batting from the left side out of Chabot College. Just one at bat before tonight, 0 for 1. Vanderwall at first base. Morton watches it come through, strike one. 90 from John Alkire, who's working on a 18-inning streak, which he's only given up 1 run. In the 18th inning of that streak right now as he throws over to first base. He was magnificent last Wednesday when he beat the Solano Mudcats. 9 strikeouts in 5 innings, gave up just 3 hits in that one. He's given up 4 in this one so far with 1 out here in the 4th inning. Misses the outside corner. Evens the count on Noah Morton at 1 ball and 1 strike. Potter's outfield straightaway medium deep for Morton. High breaking balls, 2-1. Adam Paniagua behind the plate for Lincoln tonight. Potters wearing the orange jerseys, white pants. The umpire says, you know something? I'm going to clean that plate off for you. I'm going to do that for you, sir. It's kind of crowded in here today. Did you notice that, Riley? It always feels that way when Jordan Jordson's in here because he wears so many hats. He's a photojournalist. He's a writer. He's, a father, about to be another father, although I don't think that's how you say it, but you know what I mean. He's going to be a second father. Swing and a miss. That's well put, sir. He's going to be he's a father. He's going to be a second father. I like that. I'm a second father, too, so I know how it is. That's pretty good. You come from a family of second father. Yeah. Well done. Well done, sir. I think so. Yes, you were the first father, or made him first father, and then that young sister of yours made him second father. I just was nice to see he's still around. He dropped by this early in the game or before the game. Can't stay for the game. He's got too much to do. Chopper down the first base line and foul. He's one of those guys that always wants to go, I got to take it easy. I've been doing so much. And then you say, are you taking it easy? No, I got something to do. I got to do something, Potters have conservatively 11 people up in the bullpen, none of them throwing a baseball. Outside for a ball. Morton takes the base on balls on the full count pitch. 2 on and 1 out. That's the second free pass. Alcar hit a batter back in the first and walked Morton here. And Rogan Bodie will be the hitter. He popped out to shortstop his first time up. Bodie out of Folsom Lake College. Visited McBean earlier this season with the Pleasanton Jacks. I think that was just a one-game affair. Back earlier in the season. Why don't you look it up? Okay, I will. That one is in there for a strike. Yes, Potters won that game 20-1. Alcar pitched that game as well. 4 innings, 3 hits, 4 strikeouts. Breaking ball sliced down the right field line, but that'll be foul over by the VIP area. Over it, right down where the parking lot Potters used to hang. And boy, did the parking lot Potters deliver over the weekend. Ribs and potato salad that one night, and then chicken, bow tie pasta, and salad. Oh, fantastic. Oh, don't forget the watermelon, the pineapple. Amazing. High fastball. 1-2 now on Bodie. Don and Tom does the cooking, according to Don, but then he doesn't want to ever deliver it. Don's the guy out front of the restaurant. He's like, and then on the Bear, he's like the Richie, and then the other guy is Carm. Do you know what I'm talking about? No idea. Oh, man. Big chopper, going to be a tough play, handled by McGraw. He'll get it to Alcar covering and get him at first base. Not as tough as I thought when it was first hit. But it does move the runners to second and third with 2 outs. Nice play by McGraw and Alcar to retire Bodie, and it brings up Teo Thompson, who slashed a base hit his first time up, batting in the number 9 spot. Singled back in the 3rd inning. Left-handed hitter out of Ohlone College. There's a chance to do some damage here for the Kings in the 4th inning. Pops it up. Going out shortstop, coming in left field. It's left field, and that is Mr. Ty Russell, and that is the end of the inning. So Alcar gets out of it, and after 3.5, Potters on top 6-0. But we don't go anywhere on this one because it's time for Relaxing with Riley, our annual Tuesday meeting up. And Riley, first of all, welcome. Welcome back.
Thanks, guys. It's great to be back.
For the second time, we are relaxing with you. We're not leaving your room, as far as I know. Last time it was the Sea of Thieves, and today it is something that you've done that you complain about being sore from all the time, but you don't leave your room. Exactly. What are we talking about?
So it's VR volleyball. So first of all, you know how a pickup game for basketball works, right?
Yes,
It's
I know how to pick up game
so,
for basketball.
So it essentially works the same way, right? I join a court full of random people. I play
Wait a minute,
matches
hold
with
on.
all of them.
You put on your little glasses first, right? Your headset.
Yeah.
You don't walk out into a court and join people. People are listening. They're going, "What do you mean?"
My bad. I put on my headset.
Your
and
virtual
then
headset.
And then
yeah.
I go join a virtual court of a bunch of different players that are all playing.
Okay.
And then we play our matches. Sometimes we'll play 6v6.
Okay, hold on. We play our matches. What do you do?
Play volleyball.
Do you watch it like you're on a screen playing volleyball, or you're playing volleyball?
I can get down. I can go
You're
dive
digging
and
like on the couch.
Yeah,
and stuff?
I can. Yeah, I can
Now,
do that.
do you?
Well, if I had a little bit more space, I would go dive and to go for a dig. But
so you're actually playing volleyball?
Yes, I am. I can jump up and I can spike a ball over the net. I can do a jump serve and I can do all of it.
Wow,
that's
great.
That's
amazing.
It is great.
So
I'll play it for 6 hours straight. And forget that I was playing it that long.
Now, okay, so now the way you've described it, if you played for 6 hours, you're more tired than if you played volleyball for 6 hours. That's crazy.
Yeah. I mean, it's pretty close to playing an actual match too. The ball isn't entirely accurate to real life physics, but it's pretty close.
Okay, how do you know when it's coming to you? Are you watching this? Okay, you got your virtual thing, and you're like there, right?
Yeah.
So the ball's in the air and it's coming to you, right?
Yeah, and it's just flying towards you like it would normally, and then you just do what you need to do. Yeah.
So relaxing with Riley last week, Sea of Thieves, that was fun. This is awesome.
Oh yeah,
this is incredible.
I have been stuck on it for like 2 months now.
So you're going to go home.
I'm probably going to go.
I'm going to go home. I had a tough night at the ballpark. I got to play some VR volleyball.
Yeah,
there you go.
6
Try
hours.
it, everybody. Relaxing with Riley. Good tip right there. Put on the headset or the goggles, whatever the hell they call that thing. Play some volleyball. Well done, Riley. Thank you very much. Bottom of the fourth inning. Potters leading it off for the Potters is the leadoff man, Ethan Leow. That is crazy. I think we have a new pitcher. Do we have a new pitcher? It's number 41. Yes, that would be a new pitcher. His name is Dimitri Perry. So Perry comes on after Lorenzo goes an inning and 2/3. Gave up just one hit. Strike that. He gave up 3 hits. Okay, 3 hits. No runs. And no strikeouts. He did walk 1. So Perry, with a 1-ball, 2-strike count on Ethan Leow, who was struck out and popped out, and he takes a ball. Let's see, Dimitri Perry comes to us from Westmont College of Pat Still's son, Pat Still was with us last weekend. Great to see him. Leow hits it foul down the third base line. The Country Radio Hall of Famer from KNCI 105.1. Usually Pat, Tom, and Cody. Tom said, you know something, I think after 3 or 4 decades, I think I'll retire and go run a fishing boat. I think it was getnet.com or something like that. If you want to find Tom and hire him to take you out fishing. Something like that, I think, wasn't it, Raleigh? GN, GetNet. I don't know. Just look up Tom. You'll have a great time. I guarantee you that. Swing and a miss, and Leo's out on strikes. So Perry gets a strikeout, his first batter face. It'll bring up Adam Paniagua, who has walked and hit a grand slam home run. And you know Riley's theory, you can't ignore a grand slam. And that's Adam's second grand slam. He has 10 runs batted in now, 4 runs scored, and 2 home runs, both of them grand slams. You really have to get that. Maybe get it embroidered on a pillow or something. Swings and misses 0-1. One ball and 1 strike. Maybe I'll have to get one of those VR things so I can play volleyball too. I want you to get yourself some room, Riley, so you can go diving on the couch and stuff. I want to see you. I want to get a video of you doing that. Paniagua takes a strike, 1-2. So Perry has come on. He struck out Leow. He's ahead of Paniagua, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Down in the dirt, 2-2. Vince Vanderwall behind the plate. Martinez at third, Bodie at short Fruta at second, Farmer at first, Romney, Pulisic, and Thompson in the outfield, or Polasek. We haven't decided yet, Willie and I. Paniagua lines it into the hole, into left field, a base hit. So he's on for the third time. First hit given up by Perry. Fourth hit for the Potters tonight, and that'll bring up Ty McGraw, who has one of the other three. Grounded into a double play in the first, but singled in the second. Out of Troy University, the Troy Trojans, Ty McGraw comes in at .457. Left-handed hitter. Takes a ball, 1-0. Potters scored all 6 of their runs in the second inning, 4 coming on the Paniagua Grand Slam. Matt Goebel started, gave up 6 runs, walked 6 in an inning and a third. McGraw takes the ball, 2-0. Great crowd out here on a, well, I mean, it's a good reason for it. First of all, it's Brews Day. We know that, but it's also $2 general admission. So that's a pretty good bargain. McGraw takes outside, 3-0. You can't really beat that. I mean, it's like playing VR volleyball for 6 hours. There's nothing better. There's nothing better. Then do you go have one of your, like, Japanese sodas or whatever you're drinking? Yeah, it would be good. McGraw takes a strike, 3-1. Now, you were on that for a while. Are you still on those? Okay. All right, good. I just want to check on your hydration philosophies. Like you have a philosophy. I mean, come on. 3-1 to Ty McGraw with Tristan Russell to follow. He takes outside, ball 4. So it's McGraw and Paniagua on the bases, and here is Tristan Russell, who has walked and struck out, scored a run, his 21st back in inning number 2. Tristan at second base today. I think he did some time in left field as well, but he's back at second. He's got 2 Potters on with just 1 out here in inning number 4. First of 2 against the West Coast Kings today and tomorrow. 6:35 as well tomorrow. Wine and Wiener Wednesday. Swing and a miss. Dawson Raddick is up for the 200th time this summer. To see if can he pitch in every game? I think he probably can. One ball and 1 strike. Russell chops a foul ball over towards his dugout. Misses Jason Henson by a couple of feet. Makes it 1-2. Tristan, 393 coming in. Leads the team with 29 runs batted in. Vanderwall going to go out and talk to Dimitri Perry. Make sure they have their signals straight. Not really sure if they've worked together. Probably could look that up. I wasn't so busy worrying about BR volleyball. One-two pitch. Line drive right field. It'll bounce in front of the right fielder over his head. Here comes one run around. It's Paniagua. It's McGraw. He is going to score. No. And now we've got 2 guys. I thought he was going to score 2, but now they're together. And they'll tag one of them out. So who is the one that ran? Okay, so McGraw. So we got one run was Paniagua. He scored. McGraw went to third, and then, unfortunately, so did Russell. Now the umpires are going to get together and decide who's at fault, who needs to go back to the dugout, if anybody. Russell is staying at third for now. He gets himself an RBI. So we had a bounced over the head of Romney in right field, went all the way to the fence. Paniagua scoring easily with the 7th run. That is the Russell RBI. And now all three umpires going as a collective group over to talk to Eli Garcia, which is never really a good sign. If they have to bring reinforcements, they're probably not going to give you good news. Brian Williams will be the batter when we recommence. And I'm waiting to see. He's pointing. Somebody's out. So both people are out, I guess, is what we're coming up with. I will endeavor to get to the bottom of that. It did not seem kosher to me, but we did get a run, I believe. But make sure that run did score, and that will make the score 7-0. We'll come back with some sort of explanation in the top of the 5th. Potter's leading this one.
This job is the Esplanade at Turkey Creek phases 4 and 5. Our scope of work for this project is full scope, so we've got all the underground, all the joint trench, and all the topside included with it.
We're putting in sewer pipe, manholes. We're not doing services yet. We go through and do all the main line, and then we come back and do all the services after that. I would say this project right here, the one we're working on, is probably about a 2-month project. It's very costly to the developer, so beating the schedule is very important, more important than most projects. It's got a lot of groundwater, so we've got an extensive groundwater pump system in place. It's just cool to be a part of the built environment and know that for the next 100 years that people are going to use and enjoy what we've created here today.
Hi, Bill Evans, President of the Placer County Association of Realtors. We're in the store, our conference facilities, an amazing team help us keep together an amazing organization, and we thank them all.
This organization can't do what it does and can't run the way it runs without the help of so many members volunteering their time.
The success of the Placer County Association of Realtors is largely dependent on our active volunteer members to help our organization and industry. The work of our committees greatly impacts our ability to champion efforts across the board and giving back to the Placer County community wherever we can.
Like all service organizations, I wanted to serve. And getting involved with the affiliate committee was the perfect way to do that.
I love being able to serve my community with my business friends and other leaders and give.
Dawson Raddick is on the mound for the Potters, and he is facing a pinch hitter. That is Joey D'Amelio, I believe. Yes, Joey D'Amelio, an outfielder out of Pepperdine University, batting for Polasek. And Dawson Raddick is on the mound, relieving John Alkire. And we are in the 5th inning, and it's the Farmers' 5th, which means that the first batter makes an out. It's half off Farmers over at the old Brick and Barrel over there. It's already a bruise day. So, I mean, it just keeps getting better. Unless you're a base runner at third base in the last half inning, then it does not keep getting better. Swing and a miss, 1-2. I've asked everyone I know, even Jordan Georgeson, and he doesn't know what happened at third base in the last inning. Get the numbers on Dawson Raddick here. DeMello hits it in left field. Coming on is Russell, and he makes the catch. So 1 out in the inning. Half off of Farmers because he made it out, and here's Park Romney. There's Dawson Raddick, 11th appearance of the season, 11 2/3 innings, 14 hits, 5 runs, 15 strikeouts, 6 walks. He has got 1 save. His first pitch is a strike, and his ERA is 3.85. Alkire went 4 innings, gave up 4 hits, no runs. That one is a good-looking pitch outside corner for a strike. He struck out 4. And walked 2. Sharp grounder is fouled down the third base line. So Alkire runs his streak to 18 innings. He's given up 13 hits, 1 run, 25 strikeouts, and 7 walks. Inside moves Romney off the plate. Park has been hit by a pitch and singled, so he's been on base both times as he was inserted into the lineup at the last moment in right field batting second. Gets it out towards second base. Russell scoops it up on the run, over to first for the out. Nifty play by Tristan Russell at second base, makes it 2 outs, and A.J. Martinez comes up. A.J. is your dueling dogs batter, and so far he has cooperated by striking out once. That means dueling dogs was half price. We've already got farmers at half price. It's a bruise day, and now you want to throw dueling dogs in there. It would be it would be the trifecta. And he hits a short chopper out to shortstop, handled by Story. Strong throw. Got him at first base. Good inning for Dawson Raddick. We'll go to the bottom of inning number 5. Potters on top, 7-0.
Gooseport Public House. We have sports on 10 big screen TVs, 23 beer taps with classics and crafts, a full bar with creative craft mixed drinks, live music, and most importantly, great fresh food. In downtown Roseville off Vernon Street. Only 15 minutes from the ballpark. See ya at Gooseport.
American River College is a top-tier community college sports program that provides student athletes with the opportunity to thrive both athletically and academically. ARC Athletics is currently ranked 5th in the state and 2nd in Northern California. With over 19 sports programs, our athletes compete with the region's best athletes. Our diverse and dedicated coaching staff helps athletes develop the skills necessary to compete at the next level. Start your community college athletics journey with us. American River College, Sacramento's best athletic program. Go Beavers.
Bottom of inning number 5, Dimitri Perry back out on the mound. He gave up a hit and a run in the 4th. He will take on Brian Williams, then Jason Hansen and Ryan Lee for the Potters here in the 5th as they lead at 7-0. 6 in the 2nd, 1 in the 4th. That one is a good-looking pitch, and the umpire rewards him with a strike call. 0-1. Perry out of Westmont College delivers inside to Brian Williams from Midwest City, Oklahoma, and Dallas Baptist University. Inside again, 2-1. Make that 3-1. Potters home tomorrow to the West Coast Kings. Then they're on the road to Humboldt. They come back to take on the Tigers on July 1st. That's a Tuesday, 6:35. And then, of course, on the 4th, Williams line drive into center field, a base hit. It looked for a second like Peruta was going to be able to make a play on that because he was playing up the middle. But it got past him, and Williams has a base hit. So July 4th is a Friday, and it'll be the West Coast Kings in town. That'll be a 6:05 first pitch, Friday, July 4th. We have fireworks, obviously, that night. Get your tickets now if you don't already have them. It might be too late, but and we'll probably be broadcasting that night as well. And sometimes I can convince them to stay on the air for the fireworks. It's a tough job, but somebody's got to do it. Strike to Jason Hansen. Hansen has walked and flied to center. So just a couple of upcoming games for the Potters tomorrow, next Tuesday, and next Friday. Breaking ball swung on and missed. Had a late start on that one. First meeting against the Healdsburg Pruden Packers will be on Tuesday, July 8th, and then Thursday, July 10th. So there'll be a game in Lincoln, a game in Healdsburg, and then another game in Lincoln for that 3-game series. Hanson lifts it out of play down the right field line. You want to get some tickets and come out and see the Prune Packers, who are atop the league already, the league standings. The record going into tonight of 5-1. There goes the runner. That's Williams. The throw to second base. That definitely is not in time. He has to be safe that time, and he is. 21st stolen base for Brian Williams. Prune Packers have extended their lead in the 5th inning to 10-0 in that game up in Medford against the Rogues. Got a pretty good start themselves this season. Hanson takes a ball. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Jason. I believe that's 2 balls and 2 strikes on Jason. Nicholas Gidry is the young man warming up for the West Coast Kings. The Potters have a left-hander loosening up in their pen. Hanson takes ball 4. So 2 on, nobody out here in the 5th, and Ryan Lee will be the hitter. He has walked and doubled. Out of Sunnyvale, California, came in at 250. Scored 1 run tonight. Got stranded after that double back in the 3rd inning. Scored in the 2nd. Takes the ball down low. Looks like Gidry is through warming up. He's going to tell the skip he's ready to come in whenever needed. There's Piper the Peacock walking around. Just kind of swaggering around like peacocks do. Strutting, I guess is the word. Line drive right at the shortstop. Handled over to second. Did they double him up? Yes, they did. Williams again is called out at second on a play he doesn't quite understand. That was Bodie making the quick throw over to Ferruta. And 2 outs, still a runner at first. His name is Jason Hanson. And here's Ty Russell. Looks like Jackson Bird, the newcomer, wearing number 36, is loosening up for the Potters. As Russell takes the ball down low, Ty has walked twice, scored once today. Ryan Lee hit that one right on the button, but right at Bodie at shortstop. Popped up right side. Farmer giving chase over by the dugout, but it'll be out of play right by the brick and barrel backyard. Don't run on. Be messing with anybody down there holding a full beer. Zach Story is on deck, the next hitter scheduled for the Potters here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Swing and a miss by Russell. 1-2 now on Ty. Comes in at 267. Has now scored 7 runs on the summer. Hits one out to right field. It's going to be over the right fielder's head, and one hops the fence. Here comes around third is Hanson. He's keeping on going. The throw will not occur. He slides head first. A beautiful slide across home plate for the Roseville product. Ty Russell picks up the RBI, and the Potters lead it 8-0. Jason was not stopping for anything, and he made the, I don't know if it was a slide or a swan dive, call it what you will, but he scores the 8th run of the game. Second hit of the inning for the Potters. They now have 6 hits on the night, and here's Zach Story. Low and outside. Vanderwall picks it up, throws to third, and he is safe at third. Russell taking advantage. That ball did not bounce far away from Vanderwall, and he made a good throw, but just too late to get Russell at third. Cole Eaton has come out on deck, returning to the Potters, the Potter legend. Out of Elkhorn, Nebraska. That gives us 2 Nebraska guys. Chopper picked up at third across the diamond, pretty high. Tag by Farmer. What a play by Farmer at first base. Martinez with the high throw. Farmer goes up, puts the tag on Story coming by. Potters pick up a run in the 5th. We'll go to the 6th. They lead it 8-0.
I'm Bill Spear, North Valley president of 5 Star Bank. In a time when business can feel so uncertain, we're here for you every step of the way.
I know they have a lot of bells and whistles within their bank, but just the relationship piece here locally on the business side is huge for us.
5 Star treats us like we're number one. They're right there with suggestions, with help. So I have to bank with people that have our mission in mind.
We're 5 Star Bank. How can we help you?
Top of inning number 6, Potters 8, West Coast Kings nothing. Our new pitcher is Mr. Jackson Bird. That's Jackson, Jaxon to you, 6'3", 210 out of Sacramento. Attends the University of California at Riverside. Also a defensive change, or actually a defensive change now, but it'll be a batting change next inning. Cole Eaton, the returning Potter legend from Elkhorn, Nebraska, is playing in right field, taking the place of Ethan Liao. Ethan was 0 for 3 today. Here's Willie Corneo Farmer, who has a double and a ground out and a tremendous play at first base to end the bottom of the 5th. The first baseman out of Los Medanos. Make that Loyola Marymount. Wrong line there. The Lions of Loyola Marymount. I think Tanner Wardy, also Loyola Marymount, the Potter left-hander, who was a player of the game a couple of games ago. 1-0, 2-0, 87 from Jackson Bird. Just getting going here. Piper the Peacock hanging out with some of the interns. They're telling him, you got to go talk to the people, Piper. Where are the interns? Come on. Check swing, did he go? They're going to ask. They ask. He says no. That makes it 3-0 on Farmer. Vince Vanderwall and then Kevin Ferruta will follow. Last ball is ball 4. You can't tell me that, Willie. Pinch hitter is Ben O'Rourke, not Vanderwall. After all, that's Vince Vanderwall. Ben O'Rourke's batting for Vanderwall, who was 1 for 2 while he was in there. O'Rourke out of Los Madonnas College will no doubt take over behind the plate as he is listed as a catcher. And that was my first clue. Barrett delivers a strike right there. Camden Rush looks like he'll be on deck to bat for A.J. Martinez, which will make him the dueling dogs batter, Willie. That's big time stuff right there. Big time rush, as we say. Inside for a ball. 1-1. Farmer at first, nobody out here in the 6th inning. Swing and a miss, nice looking slider. O'Rourke has a 1-2 count. More cowbells. Willie calls for more cowbells. Good cowbell contingent this season so far. Really good. Swings and misses. O'Rourke is out on strikes. First strikeout for Jackson Bird. So Camden Rush will be the pinch hitter. He is 0 for 2 so far on the season. That is down low for a ball. Jake Leal looks like he has moved out to the on-deck circle. So Rush hitting for Peruta, not as I said for A.J. Martinez. I don't know where I got that. Peruta was 0 for 2, flied out and struck out. And Camden Rush is the new hitter. Out of Dartmouth College, Camden Rush. Impressive. Sounds like a Dartmouth name, Camden Rush. All we need is a number at the end. Camden Rush the third. What do you think? Yeah. He's up here with 1 out and 1 on in the top of the 6th inning, and a count of 2 balls and no strikes. Beautiful pitch in there for a strike, 2-2, or 2-1. I wanted to give him an extra strike because that was a good pitch. Not a good idea. And strike. It is 2-2. Farmer with the base on balls. Then O'Rourke, the pinch hitter, struck out. Now Rush up here with a 2-2 count. We believe Jake Lyle is on deck, number 33, but we will probably just wait till he comes up. Chopper foul down the third base line over by the dugout of the West Coast Kings. So it is Jake, number 33, out of Loyola Marymount. But right now, Camden Rush is the concern, the young man from Dartmouth College. Hits one well out into center field. Williams is coming on, and it drops in front of him. It's a base hit for the pinch hitter, Camden Rush. Moving to second base is Farmer. The 5th hit of the game for the West Coast Kings, and with 2 on and 1 out, Jake Lyall will be the hitter. Jake, we're number 33, is 1 for 4 on the season. He has a run scored. And he has a run score. Jake, as we said, comes to us from Loyola Marymount. In a position to do some damage here with first and second and just 1 out in the 6th. Bird's fastball misses outside. 1-0. That one catches the outside. No, it doesn't. Catch the outside corner. 2-0. Close to the outside corner. I was trying to anticipate. Willie never likes me to anticipate. So it's 2-0 now. Lifted up in the air, short left field. Coming on is Russell. Plenty of room to make the catch for the second out. So 2 outs, 2 on, and I believe we have another pinch hitter here. I think it's Joaquin Stewart. We're in number 12. So Stewart will bat for Rogan Bodie, who was 0 for 2 while he was in there. Stewart coming to us from Malone College. Comes up here with 2 on and 2 out in the 6th. And his Kings trailing at 8-0. Bird delivers a strike, 0-1. Oh and 1 now on Stewart. Swing and miss. The throw back to first base. The tag applied. He's out. What a throw. What a play. Paniagua and McGraw collaborate on a beauty. We'll go to the bottom of the 6th. Potter still on top, 8-0.
When it comes to your home's maintenance and repairs, Jeffers Resource Group has you covered. Our handyman services offer a comprehensive range of expertise, from minor carpentry to drywall, electrical and flooring for property managers, landlords, and renters alike. We ensure that every job is completed to the highest standards, so you can have peace of mind. Contact us today to discover how Jeffers Resource Group can help keep your home in top shape.
Situated on the corner of Lincoln Boulevard and 5th Street, this iconic building has been the home to several hotels over the decades, the most famous and longest running of which was the Lincoln Inn. Having undergone several renovations and architectural changes, this building is the current home of Old Town Pizza, which boasts not 1 but 2 floors for your dining enjoyment, including open-air seating on the roof. Stop in for a slice today. Or stop by the Lincoln Museum to see the 300-pound cash register that used to adorn the front desk of the Lincoln Inn. For more great history, visit the Lincoln Area Archives Museum and, by appointment only, take their free walking tour of historic downtown Lincoln.
Cole Eaton starting off in the bottom of inning number 6 against the new pitcher, Nicholas Guidry. For the Kings, he delivers high. Nicholas from Butte College up in Orrville. Cole Eaton, a returning Potters legend out of TCU and Elkhorn, Nebraska. He is the right fielder for the Potters right now, and he takes inside 2-0. It looks like Nicholas Guidry's first appearance of the season, the big right-hander. Cole fouls that one back off the screen. 2 balls and 1 strike. He's followed by Adam Paniagua and Ty McGraw here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Potters leading at 8-0. Scoring 6 times in the 2nd, 1 time in the 4th and the 5th. Outside, 3-1. 9 walks issued by the Kings pitchers, including 6 by the starter Goebel in an inning and a third. has hurt the West Coast cause. Also, Alkire and a couple other pitchers have shown off pretty well for the Potters. Here's a walk to Eaton. Makes walk number 10. And here's Paniagua, who has walked, hit a grand slam home run, and singled. He has scored twice. He has driven in 4. He is out of Phoenix, Arizona. Hit 27 of those bombs during the last season for Regis University. A D2 out of Denver. Led the country in homers. Added, 100 runs batted into that total, which was also the country's best. Sneaking off at first base, getting barely back is Cole Eaton, because he had designs on second base, was my reading of the situation. But he might want to just stay put and see if Adam hits another home run, which he doesn't on that pitch because it's too high. 1-0. And he's going to throw over to first again as Cole's sneaking off. He's kind of creeping off. Not leading off, he's creeping off. No, that doesn't sound good. We'll say leading off. Sneaking off, maybe. Another breaking ball, another high pitch. 2-0 on Paniagua. Adam, 387 coming into the game. He now has 2 home runs, 10 runs batted in, and 5 runs scored. There goes Eaton. The pitch is high. The throw to second base is accurate, but also right into the runner, and Eaton's going to pop right up and go to third. So kind of hard luck for O'Rourke behind the plate as Eaton gets the stolen base, goes to third with the assess an error on the catcher for a throw that was right on the money, but unfortunately right where Eaton was sliding into the infielder covering the bag, and the ball went into center field. Paniagua now with a 3-ball, no-strike count. Takes the strike right down the middle. Ty McGraw to follow. Paniagua takes ball 4. He's on base for the 4th time tonight. 2 on and nobody out, and here is Ty McGraw. He has a single, he has a walk, he is grounded into a double play. So 1 for 2 for Ty. Trying to protect that 457 average. It's not easy when you get up in that stratosphere. McGraw looking to add to his 26 RBI total, which is second behind Tristan Russell, who's on deck, who has 29. Actually make that 30 because Tristan got the RBI double back in the 4th inning, in which both he and McGraw ended up at third base together, and neither one of them belonged there according to the umpire, so they were both sent back to the dugout. And the oddest RBI double play I've ever seen. And I've been around a while. McGraw hits it high up in the air, deep center field, moving over and making the catch. We're going to get a tag, as that is D'Amelio out in center field. It's a sacrifice fly. The 9th run of the plate of the game scores with Cole Eaton bringing it across the plate, and it's another RBI for Ty McGraw. He has 27. And 1 out. The runner at first base is Paniagua. He'll stay put, and here comes Tristan Russell. Got D'Amelio in center, Romney in right. Rush comes in at second base. O'Rourke's behind the plate. Stewart at shortstop. We just put him in at the spot the person they batted for. That's our strategy, unless I get Riley on the binoculars and he checks out every position for me. But it looks like it is Stewart at shortstop. We can tell that. Russell's walk, struck out, and then an RBI double. Fouls that one back to the screen. Brian Williams will follow him. Check swing. Did it go? I don't know. Let's ask the umpire. I'm going to go with no. So it's 2-1. Potters with 6 runs in the second. Now single runs in the 4th, 5th, and 6th. In the dirt. Nice block by O'Rourke behind the plate. Free one pitch is ball 4. Third walk of the inning. And now runners at first and second as Paniagua moves down to second, and it brings up Brian Williams Jr., who has struck out, walked, and singled. He's had trouble. He's got to first base 2 out of 3 times, but he's having trouble at second base. One time he got thrown out trying to steal. It looked a little shaky. And the next time he was doubled off on a line drive that he at least thought he had got back in before the throw. Takes the ball down in the dirt. One and 0 now. That one is high. 2-0. Jason Hansen on deck. The Potters DH tonight. Took something off. That one still doesn't get it over, so it's 3-0 on Williams. So it runs the count to 3-0. And there is a strike. Kind of a delayed called strike, but a strike nonetheless. Potters with no activity in their pen. Kings a little milling around, but nobody throwing. 3-1 coming to Williams. Takes ball 4. That'll load the bases with 1 out and bring up Jason Hansen. Looks like Everett Johnson comes out on deck to bat for Ryan Lee. Right now, the batter is Jason Hansen, and he takes the ball, 1-0. Jason with a couple of walks, a couple of runs scored, and he's flied to center. So 0 for 1 with 2 runs scored. He's up here with the bases loaded and 1 out. Pops it up. Going to get out of play, though, as he had a fine cut at that one. 1 ball and 1 strike. One ball and 1 strike. Guidry with the delivery high in the air. That one is going to be a fair ball. Out towards center field. Coming in. D'Amelio makes the catch right out behind second base. And not far enough to score the runner from third. So it's a fly ball to center for Hansen. He's 0 for 2 with 2 walks and 2 runs scored. And here is the pinch hitter. It's Everett Johnson. He is out of Sonoma, California, and UC Davis. Youngster at 6'3" and 210 pounds. It was in the lineup on Sunday, I believe. He was 0 for 2 and had an RBI. And he takes one on the inside corner, off-speed pitch for a strike. Ty Russell scheduled next. Bases loaded. 1 run in for the Padres here in the 6th. They lead at 9-0. That's in the dirt. Another breaking ball. Farmer at first, Rush at second, Stewart at short, and Martinez at third. Thompson, D'Amelio, and Romney in the outfield, and O'Rourke behind the plate. Guidry, the 4th pitcher of the night for the West Coast Kings. Outside to Everett Johnson. 2-1. That is inside, 3-1. And outside, ball 4. Paniagua scores his 3rd run of the game. Johnson gets an RBI. We'll move everybody else up. That means Russell's at 3rd. It means Williams is at 2nd. And now Everett Johnson's at 1st. And Ty Russell. Here's Ty Russell, who has walked, and doubled. Drove in a run back in the 5th inning. Look out. That hits him. He'll drive in another run with the hit by pitch with the bases loaded. Tristan Russell scores. Padres have 3 runs in the inning without benefit of a hit. And we're going to have a meeting at the mound and a pitching change coming up. We'll step away. Right now, Padres in the bottom of the 6th. We're on top 11-0.
Being a laborer means everything. It was what took care of me when I was growing up. It's what takes care of me now. Because of President Biden and the money he's put into infrastructure, the need for our workforce to expand is out of this world. When our members are able to go to work on these big projects that are funded by Biden's economic investments, it means continued growth in their wages, in their pensions, in their health benefits. It means they're going to be able to take care of their families.
Astro Air Design Incorporated, where you feel the difference. We are a locally owned and operated heating, air conditioning, and custom sheet metal company committed to the highest quality of craftsmanship at a competitive price. Our trained and certified technicians have the knowledge and experience required to install, maintain, or repair your home comfort solutions. Our upfront pricing gives you the peace of mind because you know your price is locked in. Call Astro Air Design Incorporated today.
Here in Michigan, we do more than just survive the winter. We thrive during it. You simply can't keep us away from what we love most: great times and amazing beer.
New pitcher is Mason Rivera. We're number 19 coming out of Fresno State. This will be his 3rd outing. 1 inning pitch, 4 hits, 4 runs. 2 strikeouts and no walks. And he will face Zach Story, who has walked, flied to left, and grounded to 3rd. Bases still loaded for the Padres, and the first pitch is a strike. 88 miles an hour from Rivera. That one gets by the catcher, who lost his mask somehow on a wild pitch, and Williams will score. Moving to third is Johnson, and at second now is Ty Russell. Looks like maybe O'Rourke got crossed up or something on that one. That was a very awkward-looking play. 2 outs in the sixth. Padres have now scored 4 times. Fastball misses low. 2-1. Story out of Orland, California, UC Davis. Takes outside from Rivera. 3-1. Top of the order, that'll be Cole Eaton for his second time in the inning. If he gets to the plate, that would be the second time the Padres have batted around in the game. Chopper slowly hit to second base. To first for the out. The play made by Rush to first base. So the Padres score 4 times. We go to the top of inning number 7. They're on top, 12-0.
Lincoln provides all the charm of a small town, yet still provides access to excellent local medical care. At Lincoln Urgent Care, you can find expert services and a compassionate staff available 7 days a week. Our friendly front desk staff will welcome you when you come into our brand new facility. Your wait time will be minimal at our walk-in clinic, unlike the emergency room. From broken bones and lacerations to allergies, flu shots, and illnesses, we treat a variety of urgent medical conditions. What sets us apart is not just our central location in Lincoln, but the convenience of our extended hours, including weekends. We've become Lincoln's first choice for urgent care because we treat patients of all ages for a variety of conditions and take most insurances. We're proud to be an approved provider for veterans and welcome in our military patients.
From our family to yours, we're here when you need us.
If you're in need of a seasoned DUI attorney, contact the law office of Samuel D. Burns Incorporated. We are familiar with the laws surrounding your case, and we will work diligently to minimize the negative impact following a DUI charge. With a proven track record, Sam Burns works on your behalf to provide a positive outcome. He's been able to save his clients' driver's licenses and negotiate more favorable terms. Visit our website.
Top of inning number 7, it'll be Joaquin Stewart, who was at the plate when the runner was picked off at first base in the top of the 6th. So Joaquin Stewart then looks like a pinch hitter, perhaps Peyton Richards in the on-deck circle, but he could just be getting a bat. You never know in this business. You got to watch out. You can't go too quickly. So here's Stewart. Takes outside from Jackson Bird, working his second inning. John Alcar went the first 4, gave up 4 hits, struck out 4, walked 2, no runs. Then Dawson Raddick with 1 inning, 1, 2, 3. And Bird, who struck out 1, gave up a hit and walked 1 in the 6th. That's lifted foul outside of first. So it's 1-1 on Stewart out of Ohlone College. Misses with the fastball. So it is Peyton Richards on deck, outfielder out of Pacific, to bat for Tio Thompson here in the 7th inning. Beautiful pitch outside corner for a strike, 1-2. I'll make it 2-2. I'll see you're 1-2 and raise you 1. 2-2. Chopper down to third base. Going to be a tough play. And Cuts it off, throws to first. It gets by at first base, but backed up over there. Let's see, it goes out of play. So it'll be a throwing error at third base on Johnson, but it'll be an infield single for Stewart. Seventh hit, make that sixth hit, first error, and that will bring up Peyton Richards. The outfielder from Pacific comes on to bat for Thompson with Stewart at second base and nobody out. Richards, a big left-handed hitter against the left-hander Jackson Bird. Potters warming up another left-hander in their bullpen. Two teams meet again tomorrow with the 6:35 first pitch. Wine and Wiener Wednesday. Riley's favorite promotion. Breaking ball inside corner for a strike. If you want to know, if you go ahead and get yourself a wiener, brat, whatever you get, come on up and ask Riley what wine you should pair with it. He's really good at it. He's like a sommelier, or sommelier, whichever one you like. Instinctively just knows. Inside corner again, call strike two again. So Richards behind 0-2 here in the West Coast Kings half of the seventh inning. Same spot, he managed to fight that one off and stay alive for another pitch at least. Still 0-2. Look back at second base. And just missed it. Try for that inside corner again. Give Jackson Bird credit. He knows when it's working. He goes back to it, but he missed that one just by a whisker. And it's 1-2 on Richards. Joey D'Amelio should be next, who took over for Pulisic back in the fifth inning. Check swing, and it's called strike three. First strikeout and make that second strikeout for Jackson Bird, and that'll bring up Joey D'Amelio. No, that'll actually bring up Andrew Wilford. So Wilford comes on. Takes down low for a ball. Wilford from Kentucky. Beautiful breaking ball in there for a call strike. Wilford 0 for 1 on the season. So just getting started, as we said a couple times, the Kings are just 0-3, just played the 3 games on the year. So playing game number 4 here against your Lincoln Potters. There's a well-hit ball into center field. Williams is on the run. He's there. He'll make the catch. Wilford put some good wood on it, but he is retired for out number 2 here in the 7th inning. And next guy was Park Romney. But it looks like 17, that's Jaden Lee will be the hitter. So Romney in there got hit by a pitch and singled, so he was 1 for 2. But Jaden Lee is the next hitter. Lee out of University of California at San Diego. Lee chops it over to the third baseman's head. Story will cut it off. He won't have a play. He'll hold on to it as Stewart moves into third base. It's an infield single. And it looks like Jaden Montero will be the hitter. Martinez was 0 for 3 while he was in there. Jaden Montero is the new hitter. So he's the dog batter in the 7th inning. There's still a dueling dogs batter. Last inning you can have one, and we got one, but it's now Jaden Montero out of William Jessup University. Very close to here. And he takes a strike. Montero is 0 for 4 on the season. Takes low for a ball. Stewart at third. At first base is Jaden Lee. 2 outs here in the 7th inning. Lee with the 7th hit of the game for the West Coast Kings. Montero chops it up the middle. Handled at second. They flip to short to tag at second, and he is out at second base. What a play at second by Tristan Russell to get it to Story and force Jaden Lee coming into second. So a good play by the Potters defensively. We'll stretch it out a little bit. Potters with the big lead, 12-0.
Astro Air Design Incorporated, where you feel the difference. We are a locally owned and operated heating, air conditioning, and custom sheet metal company committed to the highest quality of craftsmanship at a competitive price. Our trained and certified technicians have the knowledge and experience required to install, maintain, or repair your home comfort solutions. Our upfront pricing gives you the peace of mind because you know your price is locked in. Call Astro Air Design Incorporated today.
Here in Michigan, we do more than just survive the winter. We thrive during it. You simply can't keep us away from what we love most: great times and amazing beer. The snow transforms the landscape and lays the path for adventures yet to be had. Trails ready to be explored, and freshly groomed hills ready for the first run of the day. And later, as the sun descends, it's time to unwind with great conversation and even better friends. Experience a taste of Michigan winter with Founders Brewing Company, born and brewed in Michigan.
Being a laborer means everything. It was what took care of me when I was growing up. It's what takes care of me now. Because of President Biden and the money he's put into infrastructure, the need for our workforce to expand is out of this world. When our members are able to go to work on these big projects that are funded by Biden's economic investments, it means continued growth in their wages, in their pensions, in their health benefits. It means they're going to be able to take care of their families.
We are in the bottom of inning number 7. Mason Rivera is still out on the mound. He'll pitch to Cole Eaton and Adam Paniagua and Ty McGraw. Shane Saunders has taken over at first. Montero is now at third. Richards should be out in left field for Thompson. And that should get us up to speed. We can recap that in a minute here as Cole Eaton is at the plate. Takes a ball, which bounces back and hits him, so it's 1-1. So we have Richards, D'Amelio, and Lee in the outfield. Montero, Stewart, Rush, and Saunders in the infield. O'Rourke behind the plate. And Mason Rivera on the mound, and his pitch is a strike. One ball, 2 strikes on Cole. Chopper out towards shortstop. Stewart has it on the hop. Gets him at first, just barely gets him at first for the first out. So Eaton is retired 6-3, and Adam Paniagua will be the batter. He has walked, hit a grand slam, singled, and walked. He has scored 3 times. He has driven in 4. He has come in with 1 home run and 6 RBI. Now he has 2 home runs and 10 RBI. And has scored 3 times to give him 6 runs scored in the season. Up here against Mason Rivera. Fresno State University, who delivers inside for a ball to Paniagua. Ty McGraw in the on-deck circle. Potter's warming up, I believe, a left-hander there as Jackson Bird has gone 2 innings. Paniagua chops it foul down the first base line. Scatters a couple of people. Everybody is okay. 1 ball and 1 strike. Looks like Quentin Marsh, the youngster who was really impressive the other night, coming out, warming up in the Potter's pen out of San Jose, headed for Stanford. Paniagua takes low and outside. 2-1 on Adam. Came in at 387 on the season. Behind the plate today. He's done a lot of DH, and he's behind the plate tonight. And he takes a ball on that one, so it's 3-1. Paniagua takes ball 4, so he's on base for the 5th time tonight. Strong candidate for player of the game, I would say. And here's Ty McGraw, who is grounded into a double play, singled, walked, and hit a sacrifice fly. Picked up RBI number 27. That was back in inning number 6. McGraw and then Russell. And he takes a strike on the inside corner. 0-1 to Ty McGraw. He takes inside. Tristan Russell to follow him, and they ended up at the same bag there earlier in the game. We'll have to ask him if they were doing like a who's on third kind of thing, or who's on first. He and Russell shared the bag and then shared the bench after they were both called out. Fouls that one off, and he had a feeling about that one and just didn't get it. 1 ball and 2 strikes on the left-hand hitting first baseman out of Gardendale, Alabama. And from Troy University, the Troy Trojans. Had a tremendous summer so far. 457 coming into the game today. And now 27 runs batted in 21 games. Inside for a ball. This is game number 21. Potter 17-3, 2-2 in PEL. Looking to go to 3-2 after tonight. Improve upon that tomorrow night. A 6:35 first pitch right here at McBean Stadium. Outside. Can't be out here, watch it on Stone's Broadcast Networks, Lincoln Potters Baseball on YouTube, and subscribe, like, do all kinds of stuff. Comment, draw pictures, I don't care what you do, but subscribe. That way you don't miss anything, because you're there. You're a subscriber. Your family. McGraw chops it up the middle. That is into center field, a base hit. Paniagua's going to stop right at second base as it's scooped up out there by D'Amelio. McGraw has his second hit of the night. Potters have runners at first and second. They have just 7 hits on the night. And that brings up Tristan Russell. He has walked, struck out, doubled, and walked. The Kings pitchers have issued. Looks like Brett Griffiths is going to go out and run for McGraw. So Griffiths runs for Ty McGraw at first base. Russell lifts one out into short left field. Coming on is Richards. He'll make the catch. A nice running catch out of left field for the second out of the inning. He had to make up some ground, and he did it very well. So that'll bring up Brian Williams Jr. with 2 on and now 2 outs. Brian has struck out, walked, singled, and walked. Bryan 390 coming in. Scored a run back in the 6th, gives him 31. 30, make that 32. And that one gets away, and advancing is Paniagua. Staying put at first was Brett Griffith. 1 ball and no strikes on Brian Williams. I feel Brian just getting into one right here. Riley, what do you think? I just feel it. I just feel it. He has 1 home run. Hit that against the Mudcats on the road last Wednesday. Outside, 2-0. He's having trouble with the second base umpire today, though. He's been called out at second twice. It isn't a matter of getting on. So if you hit a home run, don't have to worry about that unless he calls you for missing second base, which would be like, I don't know, a vendetta or something. Williams hits it out into right field. Moving over is Lee, and he'll make the catch. So no runs, leaving 2 for the Potters in the 7th. We go to the 8th. They still lead this one 12-0.
When it comes to your home's maintenance and repairs, Jeffers Resource Group has you covered. Our handyman services offer a comprehensive range of expertise, from minor carpentry to drywall, electrical and flooring for property managers, landlords, and renters alike. We ensure that every job is completed to the highest standards, so you can have peace of mind. Contact us today to discover how Jeffers Resource Group can help keep your home in top shape.
Top of inning number 8, Potters on top by 12-0 score. Quentin Marsh is the new pitcher. He is making his second appearance. His first one was a couple of nights ago against Humboldt when he came on after Will Urey gave up 5 runs in the first 2 innings. Marsh came in, threw 2 scoreless innings, shut him down, started the Potters relievers on 7 scoreless innings. Shane Saunders will be the first hitter, his first time at the plate tonight, and he'll take a ball outside. 88 miles an hour from the left-hander out of San Jose, headed to Stanford. Swing and a miss by Saunders. Shane is out of Folsom Lake College. Swings and misses at that one, so it's 1-2. Might be Saunders' first at bat of the season here. Trying to look through the names on the list here. Swings and misses. Villanueva picks it up and tags him out. And that's the name of that tune. A strikeout for Marsh. 1 out here in the inning, and Ben O'Rourke is the hitter, the catcher. He is 0 for 1, came on for Vanderwall back in the 6th inning. Vanderwall was 1 for 2, and O'Rourke struck out in the 6th inning. Ben from Los Medanos College down in Pittsburgh, East Bay, takes a strike. And that is also a strike. 90 miles an hour by Marsh on that one. Before it was 78, so showing some good variety of speeds here. The left-hander delivers, swing and a miss, and work is down on strikes. 2 impressive at-bats for Quentin Marsh. A couple of strikeouts, and Camden Rush will be the hitter, or as Riley calls him, Camden Rush III. Rush singled his last time up. Came on for Peruta, who was 0 for 2. Rush with an infield single his last time up. Then he was picked off at first base by a tremendous throw by Adam Paniagua, who has been replaced at catcher, I should have mentioned, by Ryan Villanueva. I don't think it's anything Adam did. I think it's just, 7th inning. He's tired. Or 8th inning. Let's get a new guy in there. So it's Rush against Marsh. Marsh delivers high. 2-0. Jake Lyall will be next. This is low, does Quentin Marsh, so it's 3-0 to Rush. And ball 4. So a couple of strikeouts, then a base on balls to Camden Rush. And Jake Lyle will be the hitter.
Now batting, number 33, Jake Lyle.
He has flied to left his only appearance. That was back in the 6th inning. Took over for Noah Morton, who was 0 for 1 with a walk. Not going to hold Rush on at first base, playing behind him. See who the first baseman is, because McGraw went out. That ball's hit well to left field. Going back and reaching up and making the catch at the fence. Ty Russell in left field with another good-looking play. That ends the inning for the Kings. We go to the bottom of the 8th. Potters 12, Kings nothing.
Situated on the corner of Lincoln Boulevard and 5th Street, this iconic building has been the home to several hotels over the decades, the most famous and longest running of which was the Lincoln Inn. Having undergone several renovations and architectural changes, this building is the current home of Old Town Pizza, which boasts not 1 but 2 floors for your dining enjoyment, including open-air seating on the roof. Stop in for a slice today. Or stop by the Lincoln Museum to see the 300-pound cash register that used to adorn the front desk of the Lincoln Inn. For more great history, visit the Lincoln Area Archives Museum and, by appointment only, take their free walking tour of historic downtown Lincoln.
I'm Bill Spear, North Valley President of 5 Star Bank. In a time when business can feel so uncertain, we're here for you every step of the way.
I know they have a lot of bells and whistles within their bank, but just the relationship piece here locally on the business side is huge for us.
5 Star treats us like we're number 1. They're right there with suggestions, with help. So I have to bank with people that have our mission in mind.
We're 5 Star Bank. How can we help you?
Bottom of the 8th inning, we got a new pitcher, we got a new hitter, we got a new everything. Bruno Condit on the mound, the left-hander for the West Coast Kings. He will be facing a pinch hitter, and his name is Aiden Chang. He is usually a catcher. He is hitting for the DH Jason Hansen, making his first appearance of the night. Jason was 0 for 2, had 2 runs scored. Aiden Chang has been having a really good summer for the Potters. And he takes the ball right there. I'll be more specific. He's hitting .381. He has a home run, 9 runs batted in, and 10 runs scored out of Roseville, California. Chops it foul down the first base line against the screen. It's 2-1. Everett Johnson will be next, and then Ty Russell scheduled third in the inning. Fastball is high. Three balls, 1 strike on the pinch hitter, Aiden Chang. Bottom of inning number 8. Potters was 6 in the second, 1 in the fourth, 1 in the fifth, and 4 in the sixth. That's sliced down the right field line. Foul ball. First baseman moves over and makes the play. That's Saunders with the catch in foul territory for the first out here in the 8th inning. And Everett Johnson will be the hitter. He's been up once. He had an RBI walk with the bases loaded. He is out of Sonoma, California. Took over for Ryan Lee, who was 1 for 2, or 0 for 2. Actually, should be 1 for 2. Had a double and scored a run. So here's Johnson. Misses high with the breaking pitch, just Bruno Condit. And it's 1-0. And that good-looking pitch in there for a strike. 86 from Bruno Condit, and a good location. Right on the outside corner, just above the knees. Beautiful pitch. 1-1. Swing and a miss. 1-2. Sounds like we got some Bruno Condit fans out in the crowd. Good. Bring your fans. I like it. Go home and watch the game on YouTube. That's down low. Just go YouTube, put Stones Broadcast Network. It's right there. Or go to Lincoln Potters Baseball if you want. I don't care. I mean, come on. Partial to Stones because he's kind of a friend of mine. Swing and a miss. Condit with a very good bat right there. He got the strike out of Everett Johnson. 2 outs. And Ty Russell is the batter. Out of Queen Creek, Arizona, coming off a fine catch out in left field to end the top of the inning. It's Ty Russell. He has walked, been hit by a pitch and doubled. He's been on 4 times. He has 2 RBI, and he has scored once. On the outside corner, another good pitch from Bruno Condit. Maybe have those fans helps him. Really kind of getting his blood going, invigorating him. Line drive, left field, that's a base hit. Russell having a nice night at the plate. 2 for 2, he's been on base all 5 times. That is hit number 8 for the Potters. And that'll bring up Zach Story. Story has walked, fly to left, grounded to third, and grounded to second. Looking for his first hit of the night. He does have a run scored. He does have an RBI from back in the second inning with a bases loaded walk. First hit given up by Condit. Really good at bat right there by Russell. Swing and a miss by Zach Story. Ty Russell coming in was .267. He's picked up a pair of runs batted in, now has 7 on the summer. Scored a run back in the second, so he has 7 of those too. That's in the dirt, gets away, and there goes Russell for second. The throw will be too late. So Ty is in scoring position with 2 outs here in the 8th inning. And a 1-ball, 1-strike count on Zach Story, playing at shortstop for the Potters out of Orland, California. And for UC Davis. Over the top, caught the outside corner for a call strike. 1-2. Hit sharply up the middle, cut off by Stewart at shortstop. Nice throw to first base. That's a good play. Joaquin Stewart at short. Potters go down in the bottom of the 8th. We go to the 9th. They lead at 12-0.
Gooseport Public House. We have sports on 10 big screen TVs, 23 beer taps with classics and crafts, a full bar with creative craft mixed drinks, live music, and most importantly, great fresh food. In downtown Roseville off Vernon Street. Only 15 minutes from the ballpark. See ya at Gooseport.
American River College is a top-tier community college sports program that provides student athletes with the opportunity to thrive both athletically and academically. ARC Athletics is currently ranked 5th in the state and 2nd in Northern California. With over 19 sports programs, our athletes compete with the region's best athletes. Our diverse and dedicated coaching staff helps athletes develop the skills necessary to compete at the next level. Start your community college athletics journey with us. American River College, Sacramento's best athletic program. Go Beavers.
It is time for the top of the 9th inning. Did you sneak a new pitcher in? I mean, no, you did not. Quentin Marsh is still pitching. Sometimes you try to sneak one in on you, distract me, and I'm looking over there, and you go, oh, new pitcher. But not this time. It's Quentin Marsh. He'll face Joaquin Stewart. Then Peyton Richards and Wilford. And the first pitch is a ball. 1-0. Does Willie not know the secret formula? Fastball is 2-0 now.
Because you can't ignore Grand Slam. I was just looking for the whole list.
There's a strike. Swing and a miss, 2-2. Them knew it was 2-2. I knew it was 2-2. No one else knew it. Lifted out short right field. Coming on, Cole Eaton, and he'll make the catch. So Stewart is retired. Fly ball to right field. And Peyton Richards will be up for his second appearance. Struck out back in the 7th inning. Left-hander against left-hander. Quentin Marsh has 2 strikeouts, 1 walk. He's gone an inning and a third now. So 3 1/3 so far on the season for the left-hander out of San Jose. In the dirt, 1 ball, 1 strike on Peyton Richards. Peyton out of Pacific University, or University of the Pacific, whichever you prefer. I assume it's the same place. Hits that one well into center field, but Williams is right there, and he will make the catch for the second out. So well struck, but an out nonetheless. 2 down here in the 9th, and it'll be Andrew Wilford. Andrew Wilford will be the hitter. Wilford out of Kentucky hit the ball very well to center field the last time himself, but he is 0 for 1. Marsh with a fastball just misses that outside corner at 88. 1 ball and no strikes. That one is in there, 1-1. Alcar went the first 4. Dawson Reddick pitched the 5th, and Bird 2 innings. That's sharply hit to second base. Scooped up out there by Russell. To first, and that's your ball game. Potters come up big. Lost 2 out of 3 over the weekend. Come back with a much-needed win here tonight. The final score, Potters 12, Kings nothing. We're back with our postgame, including our player of the game. Here's a hint. He hit a grand slam home run. Right after this on the Stones Broadcast Networks.
Being a laborer means everything. It was what took care of me when I was growing up. It's what takes care of me now. Because of President Biden and the money he's put into infrastructure, the need for our workforce to expand is out of this world. When our members are able to go to work on these big projects that are funded by Biden's economic investments, it means continued growth in their wages, in their pensions, in their health benefits. It means they're going to be able to take care of their families.
Lincoln provides all the charm of a small town, yet still provides access to excellent local medical care. At Lincoln Urgent Care, you can find expert services and a compassionate staff available 7 days a week. A friendly front desk staff will welcome you when you come into our brand new facility. Your wait time will be minimal at our walk-in clinic, unlike the emergency room. From broken bones and lacerations to allergies, flu shots, and illnesses, we treat a variety of urgent medical conditions. What sets us apart is not just our central location in Lincoln, but the convenience of our extended hours, including weekends. We've become Lincoln's first choice for urgent care because we treat patients of all ages for a variety of conditions and take most insurances. We're proud to be an approved provider for veterans and welcome in our military patients.
From our family to yours, we're here when you need us.
This job is the Esplanade Turkey Creek phases 4 and 5. Our scope of work for this project is full scope, so we've got all the underground, all the joint trench, and all the topside included with it.
We're putting in sewer pipe, manholes. We're not doing services yet. We go through and do all the main line, and then we come back and do all the services after that. I would say this project right here, the one we're working on, is probably about a 2-month project. It's very costly to the developer, so beating the schedule is very important, more important than most projects. It's got a lot of groundwater, so we've got an extensive groundwater pump system in place. It's just cool to be a part of the built environment and know that for the next 100 years that people are going to use and enjoy what we've created here today.
So many local businesses trust Wizix Technology Group when it comes to their office technology.
Wizix is a full-service, locally owned company with exceptional service, supplies, and support, which guarantees quick delivery and response times. Copiers, printers, scanners, business phone systems, EV charging, document management, and more. Join the ever-growing list of local businesses and win with Wizix, the largest independent provider in the Valley. Wizix, office technology made easy.
And now it's time for our Raising Cane's Player of the Game interview. Right here on Stones Broadcast Networks.
Welcome into the post game on the Stones Broadcast Networks. Mark the Phantom Low here, and our Raising Cane's Player of the Game tonight, Adam Paniagua, for the second time. I said last time, come on back up. You decided to come back up and visit us.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a pleasure to be up here again.
Well, I want to show you this. This is something that was written down. This is from Riley Engineer. His motto is you can't ignore a grand slam. So if you want to be player of the game, hit a grand slam. You've done it twice in 2 player of the games.
There you go, yeah.
Last time you did it was 3 weeks ago, and you had just gotten here, just getting used to it. So tell me, 3 weeks later, how's the experience been?
Dude, I mean, I love it here in Lincoln. This is an awesome place to play. You know, the fans bring the energy every single night. And I love playing here. It's a great ballpark. You know, can't ask for much more, really.
You really can. And last night, you guys came out over the weekend, lost 2 out of 3 to Humboldt, so kind of needed something to clean the palate tonight. And you guys came out. Alcar set the tone, and then you guys, obviously, they walked a bunch of guys, but you also got timely hits.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think, you know, the biggest difference, too, is we cleaned our defense up. Our guys have been working their tails off.
Yeah.
And, you know, we're moving in the right direction, making the right plays, and that's all you can really ask for from your guys.
Now, we put your home run, we got your home run posted, as we always do, 395, which is the record for the Potters this summer. But you tell me that maybe that's not your personal best.
Yeah, I mean, you know, playing in the thin air in Colorado with metal bats, you know, I think I've hit a couple, you know, 450, 460, just guessing. You know, we don't have the luxury.
You don't have the luxury. You don't have the
but
track
yeah.
man. You don't have our guy Carson taking care of you.
Just going off the
You
eyes.
said that, but you don't have to be such an honest guy. You just say 450, 460. Don't throw in that Colorado.
Yeah, don't let them know any different. Yeah.
So you guys just started conference play. It's a little bit different than the preseason. How's everything been going?
I'd say so far so good. You know, tonight's win was big. You know, we kind of hit a little roadblock there with you know Humboldt last week, and that's a good team. You know, they pitched it well, and just to get out, get ahead, and you know have to play easy, play comfortable was nice. And you know I think the guys will settle in from there and keep rolling.
Now you just had your first road game last week against Solano. You mentioned Humboldt. You guys are going up there, and at this point with a bunch of home games, you kind of looking forward to getting away for a while and going up with the guys and spending the weekend on the road.
Yeah, I think that'll be a great experience. You know, get to you know hang out with the guys, bond in the hotel room. You know, have a lot of fun, and you know those are the memories that you really cherish. You know, later on down the road when you're done playing.
So far, you've been here 3 weeks. Got thumbs up.
Absolutely, 2 thumbs up.
Adam Paniagua, you're the man. Thanks so much.
Thank
it's
you
our
so much.
Raising Cane's Player of the Game. Grand Slam home run, his second of the season. We're back with more postseason or post game right after this on the Stones Broadcast Networks.
Here in Michigan, we do more than just survive the winter. We thrive during it. You simply can't keep us away from what we love most: great times and amazing beer. The snow transforms the landscape and lays the path for adventures yet to be had. Trails ready to be explored, and freshly groomed hills ready for the first run of the day. And later, as the sun descends, it's time to unwind with great conversation and even better friends. Experience a taste of Michigan winter with Founders Brewing Company, born and brewed in Michigan.
Welcome back to the post-game. Potters win this one 12-0. We had Adam Paniagua. What a great guy. Comes up here, hits Riley has it right here. You can't ignore a grand slam, and he put his second grand slam on the board tonight. The Potters win at 12-0, but can't ignore John Alkire, 4 innings, just 4 hits. He struck out 4. Dawson Reddick came in for an inning. Then Jackson Bird made his debut, and Quentin Marsh continued his impressive season so far. His summer of 4 innings pitch, he has not allowed a run as of yet. So Potters get a big win, but they got to do it again. Tomorrow night, they host these West Coast Kings again before, as we said with Adam, that road trip up to Humboldt this weekend. So check it out tomorrow night, 6:35 if you can get out here. It's a Wine and Wiener Wednesday. And again, if you get a wiener, come on up and ask Riley. He'll tell you what wine to pair with the wiener. You can also watch it on Stones Broadcast Networks, Lincoln Potters Baseball, YouTube. If you can't make it out here, the great Stones McCoy on the call tomorrow. Mark the Phantom Low, Riley the engineer, Willie Preston, Carson, his girlfriend Catherine, and then Luke already left, so who cares? Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.